ahead and get everything out on the table now, whether you think he should or shouldn't play. So go ahead, Red.
Well, even though I agree with Coach, I do think Ron had an interesting point where he's made a statement about would it hurt if we just saw him maybe the first half or maybe even the quarter just to get his feet wet, just because he's on a new team, haven't really had any chemistry with a lot of these guys, so just to get his little feet wet, you know. But I think overall, I think we all know what we have in Kirk Cousins. So if Raheem decided that coming off an Achilles injury, that it's probably not best to put Kirk in those 3 meaningless preseason games, even if it's just for a little while. I'll trust Raheem stance for now. You know, now if Kirk start off a little shaky, we're gonna revisit this. But for now, I'm gonna trust Coach Raheem that as long as he's making sure Kirk is getting all his reps in practice, all his reps with the scrimmage, because like you say, that first half of the schedule is a gauntlet. So we need our number one QB ready as best as he can be. I mean, you opening up with Pittsburgh, Philly, KC, whatnot. Kirk got to be ready. Now, if Raheem believes that it's best Kirk sit out coming off the Achilles injury, but making sure he getting all the reps in practice, all the reps in the scrimmage, making sure the playbook, everything is cohesive, everybody's on point with everything, I'm fine with that. But best believe, if we start off the season slow, we are definitely going to revisit this decision not to play Kirk at all in the preseason. But I don't mind seeing what our boy Penix got. If you want to make those 3 games in the preseason, the Michael Penix show, I'm all down for it. Come on, show me what I got for 2025. Show me what I got in case Kirk go down. But best believe, starting off slow, gonna revisit this if it was a good idea or a bad idea. But for right now, I'm on board with Coach Raheem.
Well said. I can dig it. I can dig it. Mark, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, hey, I trust Raw, but at the same time, if Kurt want to play, I'll at least let him play a little bit. I mean, Kurt's played a lot of football, so I mean, if he feels like he need to play, then I would really listen to him. Again, we're in a new scheme, new coaching staff, new players. So I think it's one of those things where, you want to listen to your players, especially a vet. If he's going out there in training camp, practice, meeting rooms, and he's proving that he's ready, all right, they don't play him. But if Kirk's still like, coach, I want to get my feet wet, I know it's a risk, but man, you almost got to take it because, like everybody's saying at the beginning of the season, man, it is not going to be easy. And they're going to be coming full speed trying to kill Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
So
already.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. So, like I said, I would listen to Kirk, man, a little bit. I would try to protect him, but if he's saying he needs to play a little bit, I'm talking about at least, man, we play Ritter with one series. He got to at least play one series, Tidy. At least one series. So, yeah, that's why I'm with it.
That's a good part. We did play on one series.
Give me one series at least.
Yeah, so Mark, you pretty much saying he got enough experience and got enough cachet that, if he feel like he need to get out there and knock some rust off, maybe we should listen to him.
Again, at least one series. Now, back in the day, they used to play 3/4 of that third preseason game.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah. At least that first half. So it's like, all right, now let's not overthink it. Like we used to play these guys before. So yeah, man. I would definitely listen to Kirk a little bit.
I can dig it. Very well said. We got 2 new on the panel. We got A1 Forever checking in, and we also got Keely, aka El Jefe, in the building. We're gonna get both y'all's opinions. We're gonna start with A1 Forever.
Yo, what's good, fellas? Okay, so the thing is, Kirk Cousins is coming off of an Achilles injury, right? We know that. But my thing is, even though he has all the experience, I do trust that, and I do trust Raheem. But I still need to see him at least for a series because we don't know what he looks like coming off of an Achilles injury. The whole point. We don't know what he looks like coming off of that. He doesn't even know what he looks like coming off of that. and you still have to plant. You still have to be able to deliver the ball accurately. I believe he needs to, go have at least a series against a defense who doesn't have his best interest, at heart. So, I mean, at least that he doesn't have to play the whole half, a whole game, none of that. But just, knock some rust off, let him throw the ball around a little bit, let him get some some real time action, more so than what you're going to get in practice or a little scrimmage or something like that. Because you can't really simulate what's going to really happen, so when you get behind the center come week one. I don't want to start off slow. I don't want to have that. I don't even want to take the risk. I know back in 21, when we started off slow with Matt Ryan. So I don't want to necessarily have that. Just let them throw the ball around a little bit. But if they don't want to, I'll trust into it. But just like Red said, we'll come back and have this conversation. I really don't want to have that conversation though. I don't want to be here come week 4, let's say we're 1-2 or 0-3 because we're having a slow start. And we're facing some defenses that are coming for us. I mean, even though the Saints, they're our rivals and they're going to be coming for us. You got Philly coming for us. Chris Jones just got paid, coming for us. So it's just like, come on, y'all. Let the man throw the ball at least a little bit. I understand you want to take the precautions and everything, but at this point, why be scary? Why be so worried? Let's see what we got instead of, finding out possibly on the wrong side. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, try to have no bad juju, but it's just the simple fact that if we start off slow, we'll be having that conversation. I don't want to do it. That's my whole thing. I don't want to.
Let me just push back a little bit on that for A1. I understand what you're saying, and like I said, I don't care one way or the other. But what you're saying, and then this comment right here, where it's said in the aspect of a fan, like we want to see where he's at. Y'all, we got to remember Raheem Morris and those inside, they already know where he's at. You know what I mean?
Him every day.
If they saying he don't need to play, like they are very confident already. And again, I know we're speaking as fans because that's what we are, and that's the conversation. But just remember, they already know, so it's not so much, trying to see where he is. You know what I mean? Like those guys already know where he's at. So
Indeed, and the thing about it, we do know this, so we know because they're with him every day. But we're just stating that, some opinions and everything like that, of course.
Yeah, I got you. I'm just saying.
And at the end of the day, oh, of course, it never leaves the mind. Never leaves the mind. They already know exactly what they're getting. As us as fans, I know we want to see more of him too, and then just to not rust off, man. At the end of the day. But at the end of the day, he could come in, being Captain Kirk, not missing a beat. It's a flip of a coin, and we're going to have to wait and see at the end of the day. And trust in Raheem Morris. And if he comes out and we coming out firing all cylinders, we're going to be looking at it as, hey, why do we even question the man? So.
Yeah, very, very valid point. Also, we're going to get Keely opinion on that. Also, before you go, El Jefe, we got a question. Well, not a question, but a comment from Red Swarm says, Toddy, to follow up on what Red said, if we start off slow and say go 0-3, is the fan base going to panic? Very much so. It's going to be pandemonium if we start off 0-3, even though we got a tough schedule with I think first 4 or 5 games. But this fan base going to go crazy, man. We're going to go straight livid. I can already see it happening if that do happen. Hopefully it don't happen. But Keely, I'm going to go ahead and let you answer the question about.
I hope stole kind of a little bit of my thunder because I was going to make that point. And it's kind of similar to how when everyone was talking about Ritter didn't play so much in the preseason. I mean, they had the Dolphins scrimmage, so they were literally playing the Dolphins. It just wasn't open to the fans. So he was getting relevant snaps against another team. It's just that it wasn't a preseason game. And if they do something like that as well, Like if they have another scrimmage like how we had with the Dolphins, where I mean he's going to get his reps in that case. And in terms of being like I just don't see the point of putting him on the field if you don't have. I mean, he's a 12-year vet at this point. If there is rust, I mean, he got 12 years experience to lean on, to get that. If we're talking about rust for a 12-year vet, I mean, rust for a 12-year vet is probably a quarter, I would say, a play before it's knocked off, or maybe a game at the most, in my opinion. But as Coach already said, I mean, what we, see in preseason as fans, we want to see it. However, I mean, the team and the coach sees his progress throughout training camp, through the practices. The players have chemistry with them. It's not a worry of, are they going to be on the same page? He's throwing to them all through the scrimmages, all leading up to the season. So,
Right.
That's my take on it.
Very, very well said. So it sounds like Keely is like, you understand, like us as fans, we want to see him, but you're really not pressed to get him on the field. It sounds like your point of view is you rather be safe than sorry. Am I reading you right?
What's best, what the fans want and what's best for the team aren't always the same thing.
Right.
Like what's best for Kirk is probably, he's a vet. It's like how Julio would basically sit all the preseason, everybody get up in the uproar and everything, but then he'll turn around and have another all-pro season.
Yeah, like clockwork. That's true. That's true. But yeah, great points by everybody. I guess I'm still got a little PTSD from the quarterback situation, so I kind of would probably rather him to be on the bench.
I don't blame you, Tidy. It's been a long time, man.
Yeah, because I would hate to pay him $100 million guaranteed at 36 or something happen in regards to him getting hurt. But on the flip side, I mean, like getting hurt is something that could definitely happen, but you really can't go into a season trying to play not to get hurt, because a lot of times that's when you do end up getting hurt. So,
yeah, but I mean, I'm trying to think of a time. When is the last time we've seen a player get hurt in preseason?
Vic?
Major injury?
What I'm just saying in general, like, I mean, players can get hurt in practice. So it's like
somebody tore their ACL yesterday.
Indeed.
So it's like
it can happen at any time. So
Lions kicker tore his hamstring, so now they looking for another kicker. So yeah.
I mean,
you talking about the Rams play, ain't you, Tidy?
Mm-hmm.
That Rams play.
Even if everyone is fully healthy, I mean, there's still the possibility we start slow based on the schedule. The beginning of the schedule ain't exactly. It's not exactly the Mountain West.
No, it's a gauntlet. It's a gauntlet.
Yeah, it's definitely not nice to you. You can Steelers, Eagles, Chiefs. Then you got the Saints. What Tampa right after that?
Bro, we could give literally our best effort and still be 0-3. So whether or not he's fit or not, I don't even.
What they saying about Grady? Is Grady supposed to play at all?
I hadn't heard any news of whether or not they're gonna play Grady that I've heard of. Have anybody else heard anything?
Nothing really. Not
Mark. He coming off an Achilles too, ain't he?
Yeah.
ACL.
That's even worse.
Yeah. The ACL is a little worse than the Achilles. So
if Grady play now, but they holding Kirk out, I can see some fans having.
That's what I'm saying.
You're gonna say Kirk, you better say Grady too. Grady, you better have your flip flops on doing preseason too, buddy.
If you're gonna do that, you might as well.
Well, let me ask y'all this, since we're talking about Kirk Cousins probably not going to play preseason. How would y'all like to see the snaps divided between Penix and Taylor Heineke?
9-10, Penix to Heineke.
I mean,
I was going.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, fam.
I was going to say it depends. Like the first game, I would give it all to Penix. Just give it all to him. But after that, he belongs on the bench because he is QB3. So he really don't need to get a whole lot of reps. If your intentions is if something happens to Kurt to go with Heineke in the first place. So I'm just strictly speaking on his line of succession. If his line of succession is dead last, give him the first game. Let him really get his feet wet the whole first game, but then really, run with Taylor Heineke and the different packages and different setups and all of that. That's my opinion.
My biggest concern
Yeah,
with Penix is going to be that learning curve, being that he's a lefty with that ball spinning a little bit different. So that would be my only thing is, I'm pretty sure they're getting reps in practice as well. But to me, that's the biggest adjustment. Adjusting to that lefty rotation. I would give them Heineke a quarter, Penix a quarter, and then let the other guys get the second half. That's the way I would structure it.
What other quarterback on the roster right now?
Oh
got
man, I forgot his name. I think it's
from,
the same guy
Illinois.
that played with Casey Washington. I can't remember his name though. My gosh, it just slipped me.
Paddock.
Yeah, I think that's his last name. Yeah, is it Jacob Paddock? Is it Jacob?
Something like that. But yeah,
we need to give him most of the preseason snaps then, so to make sure nobody get hurt.
right.
He definitely gonna play the last 3 preseason games. And you can split it up. My fact, hear this: if we got 3 preseason games, I like Coach's point. Do what Parcells did with Tony Romo that one preseason. Let Phoenix get one whole game to get his feet wet. We just want to see what he looking like, see what he gonna do. Just that first preseason game. Then maybe the second one, you split it up. Let Penix go one half. You let Heineke go one half or a quarter. Then you bring that Paddock guy in for the fourth quarter. That last preseason game, it's all on you, Paddock. Enjoy yourself. Have fun. You're going to be with me at UPS after that.
Damn.
I do like the idea of having Penix play a whole game, though, man. I like that idea.
Yeah. I was gonna say similar. He definitely needs to play a whole entire game, by himself. Then start splitting it up after that. Some between the other quarterbacks. Give Heineke, send a little shine, I guess, a little bit to show that he wasn't the quarterback that we seen. So give him some preseason snaps. And yeah, man, old Paddock, man, let Paddock run wild. And save the guys. Not risk any injuries because he will be on the team still. We're assuming.
Let Paddock call his girlfriend, baby. I'm gonna be starting game 3.
I don't made it.
Family, all friends, get the crew to the stadium because it's all on me. Game 3. Woo! That's my boy, Paddock. Look at my baby out there. He just threw a touchdown. Yeah, he's gonna be working with me. So I'll see you in the parking lot next week, baby.
I hate that the third game is a home game. I hate that third game is a home game.
Why you say that?
Because nobody's going to play.
John Paddock, y'all.
Oh,
John.
Okay. I guess.
It's just going to be all the people who just trying to get tape on that last game.
Yeah.
That being going to be empty.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we got a question from Derek. He says, who should be the starting linebackers?
It got to be Nate Landman. It got to be Nate. To me, he didn't lose his job.
Nah, if anything, Troy Anderson is trying to gain a job back.
But did he get better? That's the question. Landman was getting
right.
He was getting torched a lot. But then again, was that me? I always say it was wrong. We were in the wrong packages a lot last year. So I don't know, man. It's hard to rate guys when we were just garbage all the way around with coaching last year. So
I'm kind of with the same opinion I think Mark was about to say. I think I really feel like you got to start off with Nate. He didn't do nothing to lose his job. And if because really when Troy was in there, I didn't see anything that gave me any big confidence in Troy Anderson the times that he did play. And when I did see Nate come in, I saw a significant difference as far as just being an impact linebacker. So I think it's Nate's job to lose. I mean, if Troy has improved since his injury, like he could possibly come and take the job. But I think you keep that continuity. We all know Caden Ellis is going to be there. I think you got to go with Caden Ellis and Nate, in my opinion. Anybody else?
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I'm just saying.
I'm with that.
I definitely throw Trice out there for that third spot.
I mean, I think it's gonna get sorted out in preseason anyway.
Yeah.
How is Troy? I had followed him a lot, but how's Trice going to kind of fit in with the scheme, Red?
Well, I mean, I heard him on the radio today. They say they mixing them in, first team, then some second team, but he's definitely looking like he's gonna be one of our intensified pass rushers. So I definitely just give him a look. At least I give him a look. Let me see how he look with the first team doing them first couple of preseason games. If he stand out, if he impresses us, fine. If we think he need a little work, then we'll go with another guy. But let's see how I would definitely see how Trice look with my first team in the first two preseason games.
Gotcha.
Because I want this kid, I really want this kid to like show out and step up for us. Because everybody talking about pass rush this, we light on pass rush. If this kid can step up and give us a pass rushing edge, in addition to ABG, in addition to Zach, then we might have something we can work with. And who knows what our role can give us, on the line.
Damn. Old roll.
Hey, Toddy, can I ask you and everybody a question? It's in the weeds, but I was just thinking about it real quick. What if, and I know it won't work in today's NFL, but with our running backs, tight end, and decent or above average, whatever you want to grade them, quarterback, man, wouldn't it be lovely if we could bring back the old school Power Owl or T-Bone or Wishbone? That'd be lovely out there, man. I was just thinking about that. My bad to go out there in the weeds, but damn, if we could bring that back, like I know it probably wouldn't work in today's NFL, but shit.
Thinking about Tyler Algier running over somebody.
Right. What'd you say?
You think about Tyler Algier running over somebody?
Yeah, I mean, just the yard, bruh. Just whoo. That I think that would be. Oh man, it would be something special to see. If only we could go back in time.
Yeah, man.
Hey, it's a passing league now.
Yeah, man. I really don't want us to forget about Tyler Algier this year, man. For real, former linebacker. This guy, man, straight bowling ball, breaks tackles, broke just as many tackles as anybody else on the team last year and since he's been in the NFL, man.
Folks don't understand when that kid get a full head of steam, when he get that ball just like really go full speed ahead at you, it's hard to bring. I mean, you got folks getting out the way of him. I know my little ass would get out the way if I saw him coming.
And he looks for the contact. That's the thing. He looks for it. He doesn't shy.
Like Jamal Lewis coming at you, tighty.
If you think about it, in our history, no matter what coach we have, we've always had a very good 1-2 punch at running back. So I'm very confident we won't forget about him. I think we'll use him. I think it'll be nice and evenly split for real. To be real, I think it'll be nice and evenly split.
He'll be a great asset for where he ends up.
Unless Bijan just goes out of this world, but I think it'll be nice. I think it'll be nice and evenly split. My bad, Keely. Go ahead.
No, I was saying he's gonna be a great asset for wherever he ends up at.
To my Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
You think we're gonna end up training?
I mean, we're not paying 2 running back.
That's true.
No, that's facts. No, you ain't gonna pay.
I mean, Bijan is gonna get the check.
Yeah, but shoot, I know the good thing. It sounds like they're gonna keep Bijan on the field. They were saying that there was a lot of packages where I guess they had Bijan in the slot, and he's doing motions, and Tyler's still getting carries. So I mean, to me that's good news for the Falcons, man. We obviously we want Tyler to get touches, but at the same time, bro, keep Bijan on the field, man. Keep him on. I think that's what it's gonna happen. I think
you're gonna have to justify paying him.
Right.
And when you pay him, you're not gonna pay him as if he's splitting carries. So I think,
Right.
yeah, I think that's what the deal is gonna be because you only got for so many seasons before you have to pay him.
Right. And then it's gonna come down to matchups too, game flow. Seeing how seeing what's going on, the situational. If we're up, let's say we're up by 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, I expect more Tyler Algier, for example. Just to
Yeah.
beat down the defense even more, wear them down even more, run up the clock, time of possession, et cetera, et cetera. So I mean, it's situational too.
And I hope that stays the case and it doesn't get how it gets. Not I don't want to say political, but players that should be on the field aren't on the field for other reasons outside of football. And I hope that that's not the case when it comes to Algier and Bijan.
Yeah, and it's wild that we have a running back that broke a franchise record that I'm just guessing. I don't know the math. That probably stood for about 30 years, and now he's out. He's kind of almost an afterthought a little bit, man. That's crazy.
To some people in the fan base, it is like that because I mean, you can look around and I understand. People love Bijan Robinson and rightfully so. And then in year 2, I really feel like he's going to explode with his opportunities. I'm waiting to see it because you've seen so many opportunities last year where he just needed like one more block, or if he just could escape, since his last tackle, whatever, that he was going to the house. And you also did see that what I believe like toward the end of the season when he had caught it with the route and had took it all the way to the house. You've seen the potential of that. So
Yeah.
I expect him to explode. But yeah, having Tyler Algier, man, it's just a different element because they both can do similar things but totally different players. And having Bijan on the field, you never know where he can be, and never know, and he can beat just about any matchup. You might as well say too. And having Algiers in the backfield still being able to give him carries, it can be a beautiful thing for the Falcons. Zach Robinson has a lot of different things he can do, and I believe he's going to have a lot of fun with these skill players.
If play action isn't what's the word I want to isn't the highest thing we do, I will be absolutely shocked. I feel like play action will open up I think play action will be our bread and butter with those two guys.
I don't even think you got to play action. Like just think about how crowded the line of scrimmage was last year, just because teams did not believe Ritter could throw the ball. Now you got an actual quarterback there. Like you don't even got to fake. Like you don't even have to play it. Like they're gonna have so much more room because people are not gonna be crowding the line. Nobody's gonna be daring Kirk to pass. So
that's what I'm saying. That piggybacks what I'm saying. Because they have to respect Kirk. Play actions open up the run. You know what I mean? Like you fake them with a couple play actions, then actually run the ball. You for 15, 20 plus yards. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like that will open up the whole field. Play action heavy, in my opinion, will open up the whole field, open up the lanes. Because you're right. Last year, we couldn't throw the ball, so they crowded the line, so you couldn't really see what they did. But now you got to respect that pass. So that means they ain't gonna be in the box. So you fake it with some runs, or actually run it, then fake it with a run, and boom, you got a 40-yard pass. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we ain't got, and we ain't got to worry about our receiver standing in the middle of the field waiting for a punt because he probably gonna get a pass in stride.
Yeah, he's gonna be led, man. You're gonna get that yards after the catch. I expect more yards after the catch because Desmond will put the ball right on him, behind him. You'll see a lot of spectacular catches because the ball was terrible, especially like Bijan when he catching it on his hip. You had Kyle Pitts against Tampa catching it one hand behind him. It just come on, man. We gotta lead the receiver.
All these acrobatics and
we gotta protect our receiver.
Doing all that. You spend so much energy catching the ball. By the time you catch it, you can't do nothing else with it.
Ball placement, y'all. Ball placement is so important.
Man, it'd be so good to see 20 air yard passes again, bro. Like
man.
Going for
I think we had less than 10 20 plus air yard passes in the last couple years. Like, oh man, I just can't wait to see the ball be in the air, man.
You gonna have Julio calling us saying, "Man, can I get some of this, y'all? Let me come in for a couple of plays or a couple of games. I need a pass in stride, something I never got when I was here."
All right, y'all. We done hit our first 1 hour mark. And with that said, it's time for 3-word Monte. I think everybody on the panel has played this with us outside of A1 Forever and Mark Chaney. So I'll explain the rules. Well, it's not really rules, but I'll explain to y'all the game that we play here. I'm going to give you a person, place, thing, phrase, sentence, and you give me in 3 words or less, preferably 3 words, the first 3 words that come right on your mind. And this is like no explanation, and this is rapid fire. We always start at the top, which is Coach. So, Coach, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, Coach. 3-word Monty. You have Celine Dion.
That's tough.
Not Whitney Houston.
Not Whitney Houston. I dig it.
That's tough.
All right, Red. Snoop Dogg.
Doggy style. Doggy style. Bam. That's all I need to say.
All right, doggy style. Bam. All right, I can dig it. All right, Keely. I'm glad I ain't got to answer this one.
Uh-oh.
Ice Spice.
Oh my God.
Oh wow.
You could have gave me that one.
I said that's a good one. Hey, that's facts.
Oh, you didn't hear me? I said she can't rap.
Oh, she can't rap. I
heard it.
She look good, you know. The packaging nice, but yeah, she trash.
Yeah, she
I say
can't rap.
she
I
can
would say
twerk.
something though. She looked kind of weird in the face. I'm trying to think. Look like a special. I don't want to say the condition, but like a. All right, I'm not gonna say it. I don't want to get you in trouble, man.
Yeah,
But look like,
yeah.
like
They trying to say she got Down syndrome.
that's exactly where I was going.
Well, y'all
Yeah, they trying to say she got Down syndrome all of a sudden, man.
That's exactly what. When you look at her, she looks like you want to call her Sparky, but yeah.
Oh Lord.
Boy,
Why y'all wrong?
only in the Waffle House, baby.
So I put like this: for Mark to say it, that means I wasn't the first person to think it. That's all.
Hey, I got no problem keeping it real.
Why y'all wicked, boy?
I have a talk with my little sister, man.
Your little sister got Down syndrome.
Oh God. I'm about to disown her. She's adopted.
No.
A1 Forever.
What you got?
NCAA college football 2025.
Haven't played it yet.
Me either. That's a good answer.
I don't know.
Me either.
Ain't
All right,
buying
Mark.
it.
That's a pretty easy one. Patrick Mahomes.
Greatest of all time. Well, that's what 4 words.
The GOAT, baby.
Better than
the
Matt.
GOAT, baby.
Damn.
I would say way better than Matt. I mean, shoot.
I hope that's what you think.
Hey, I got you, Tidy. First ballot Hall of Famer.
That's
yeah.
it. Already, too.
Already.
Can't nobody deny that.
I'm gonna need y'all to stop all that slander, man.
Get him, Coach.
Uh-oh.
All right, we're back up top, Coach.
You can tell the age difference because to say he the greatest of all times, that's savage.
Who Pat?
He getting there, Coach.
Yeah.
He up there, Coach. He up there.
Coach,
Yeah.
come on now.
No, bro. The greatest of all time is Dandy Dan, man. It's not even close, in my opinion. But Marino,
Please don't tell me you mean Marino.
for
Oh
sure.
my lord!
Now, hold on. In
Sure.
terms of talent, we're talking about again. This is a conversation I was having with Tidy. There's different things. We talk. Some people argue resume. Some people argue talent. In terms of talent, there's a case for Dan Marino. I still think it's Mahomes, but it's a case for Dan Marino. He's not crazy. It depends on what y'all talking about, resume or talent, in my opinion.
But anyway, I'll go all day on that one. Go ahead, Tidy.
We probably could come back to that later on. All right, Coach. Let's see what you got. So this is an interesting one. The Mississippi River.
Dirty A water.
Let's ring the bell. And that shit look like an ocean. I rode across that thing one time. Like, God, lead us a big river.
Yeah. And it's highly polluted. That thing up. I would eat nothing out of there.
A lot of bodies in it.
Yeah, there's a lot of everything in it.
All right, Red. This kind of a trending topic right here. Inside the NBA.
Go miss it.
Absolutely. Chuck and Shaq was the greatest thing since sliced bread, man.
And the sad thing about it, TNT match they offer, they still gave it Amazon Prime.
Yeah, but see, TNT, they took so long making a decision what they were gonna do. The NBA probably just got fed up. Say, man, y'all been holding the deal up for the longest. Y'all could have been presented a package deal for yourselves. Why did they wait so long? It seemed like they was about to get out of it anyway. And then at the last second, they finally presented. They tried to match the offer. It's just like TNT was just twiddling their fingers the whole time.
But they're gonna realize the mistake they made because won't nobody be able to get the ratings that Chuck and Shaq and Ernie got and Kenny. You're not going to match that. That was a lot of the reason a lot of people watched the NBA on TNT.
But didn't they say that like ESPN, they're looking at them, Amazon, they got interest in them?
Chuck left. Chuck said he's done. Chuck gone.
Oh, so he's retiring?
Yeah, Chuck gone.
All right.
Yeah.
I know he was on the way out of the door anyway. He was on the way
I think that was leverage. I think that's leverage.
I think so too. Because he said that, but then the day he released his statement where you could tell he was just pissed off that they didn't get the deal.
Yeah, he also threatened to do his own show and basically his own production company and bring the cast members in that way. So
and they were blowing out the water, I'm sure, if they did that.
They should do something like similar. I don't know if all four can get on board with it, but like Shannon do with Nightcap, like just come on after the games anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's what he was envisioning. But right now they're suing the NBA right now anyway. So we'll see what the result of it is because they believe that they had interest in going in the digital streaming direction anyway. So they felt like it was a hopeless bid anyway, because that's what the NBA wanted. But they sued, so we'll see.
Yeah, that's kind of what Charles was saying. He was like, man, they had their mind made up no matter what we offered.
Yeah. Well, ESPN need to get rid of their cast because I don't want to hear none of them clowns. I mean, NBA countdown, NBA halftime, just get rid of all of them.
All right, so who we left off on? Red, we said inside the NBA. Okay, Keely. This is gonna be interesting for you. Al Sharpton.
You know what? I like him.
I like
that was
him.
my 3 words.
3 words.
Anybody that put up any type of fight for black people, I like him.
I can dig it. All right, A1 Forever.
What you got?
Not to put you on the spot, but where you from?
I'm from Atlanta.
Oh, okay. All right, you can answer this then. this is the Atlanta native 3 word right here. All right, but here we go.
Watch this. I just got what, man?
What you gonna say? Richard Pink Pig or something?
Man.
All right, here we go. Auburn Avenue.
Oh, that's the spot. That's the spot right there. Oh, but all right. So Auburn Avenue, Old Atlanta.
Old Atlanta.
Hey, that's what I'm going with. Old Atlanta.
I can dig it. All right, Mark.
What is that? For those who was not from Atlanta.
Your ATL natives, y'all educate them on Auburn Avenue.
Well, so historically, the historical context of Auburn Avenue, that's where all the rich black people live. So that was, so you got the Atlanta Life Building that was owned by the first former slave to become a millionaire. That was Alonzo Herndon. You had all the black millionaires and all the famous black people lived on Auburn Avenue way back in the day.
Then the King family. Then the King family stay over there.
Yeah, it's in the 4th ward. Matter of fact, my trivia question: my dad stayed around the corner from the King home, so it's literally like 1, 2, 3, and he grew up with them.
Old Atlanta.
Yeah, right. That's old Atlanta. Like when I hear old Atlanta, I think people talk about the 90s, like when I was a kid, like the 90s. But yeah, that's old Atlanta. I'm talking about Sweet Auburn.
All right, Mark. See, I don't know if you're old enough to answer this one, but we're gonna try. Oh no. Well, yeah, you may not be old. You probably. All right, here we go. Felicia Rashad.
Ooh. Oh. You know who, Mark?
I don't know.
Oh, dang. Mark don't know her for real. You right, Tidy? Damn.
He kind of young.
Like fine wine.
See, that was Claire Huxtable from the Cosby Show, Mark.
Amar Rashad had a Amar Rashad grabbed her. Had OJ at the wedding.
Oh, I'm about to Google her now.
See how that marriage feel.
Yeah.
What's the 3 words?
I guess I don't know. Shoot, I guess those are my 3 words right there.
Name a sitcom. A famous sitcom.
You seen Empire, right? You ever watch Empire?
Nah.
Yeah. Damn.
Nah. I was never a big TV guy. Shoot, if the TV was on, I was watching sports. But I guess I'm gonna go with the Cosby Show.
The Cosby Show. All right, we'll go with that. All right, cool.
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, Coach.
I'm Google it now.
You from Texas, right?
No, I'm from DC. I live in Texas.
Okay. Well, how long you been in Texas?
It's 6 years in August.
All right. You finished. When I say this, you're gonna see why I asked you that. But anyway, here you go. 1996 Chevy Impala SS.
1996 Chevy.
Impala SS.
Impala SS.
Best bubble ever.
I dig it.
For sure. For sure.
All right, Red. The Masters in Augusta, Georgia.
Tiger Woods home, baby.
I can dig it. All right, Keely, you got a I ain't gonna say an easy one, but one that makes sense. Luck of the draw. 1998 Atlanta Falcons.
The Dirty Bird.
That's a great answer. Perfect 3 words.
Which I wish they would bring back.
They still do it periodically.
Every now and then you'll see somebody pop it out every now and then.
I had that Jamal Anderson jersey. Everybody had that Jamal Anderson jersey.
I'd rather have that than this dumbass Brotherhood and Rise Up and all that other stuff.
Yeah, that Brotherhood, that been dead.
That thing, boy.
All right, A1.
Dan Reed doing the Dirty Bird.
Right. Never forget that, boy.
All right,
He
go
said he'd
A1.
do it if we make the Super Bowl. He had to do it too.
All right, A1, you got
Yeah.
Oprah Winfrey.
Glad you got
Oh man, very wealthy lady.
That's a good one. Good
For me,
political answer.
please marry me.
Right.
All right, final one for the night. Mark, you getting all the, I won't say weird, but these are yours are kind of tricky. Oh no, you probably can answer this pretty easy. Rolex watch.
A dab of ranch for my Gwinnett folk. Nah, y'all don't like that one? A dab of ranch?
What's that?
Migos.
Migo.
Yeah, amigo, you know,
Oh.
with the dab, dab of ranch and everything.
You know,
You know.
I mean, other than that, I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to say for that.
They hold value.
Say it's time to retire. It's a good retirement gift.
It's a good starter watch. That's what I would say.
Starter?
Yeah, starter. That's what they say. They say you ain't never you listen to the guys with money. You start with a Rolex, you end up with a Patek.
Okay. I can dig it. But yeah, y'all, that was this week's 3-word Monty, man. I want to thank the panel for playing. Appreciate it. Let's go
How Oprah make it this far without nobody catching her sleeping?
when you say
like-
slipping, what do you mean?
Knocking her up.
Like
I said she probably can't. She probably can't.
at this point, but I'm saying a young like I that's just one of those mysteries in life, bro. Like how she get this like
I'm not gonna give you my answer.
I'm with you, cuz.
I'm not
I'll give
gonna
my
say a
answer.
word. Y'all not
Y'all
get me up here.
I already knew what
Y'all,
you thinking, man. So I ain't gonna.
I'll give you my
Not
answer
gonna
off
touch that.
YouTube. I
Hey,
Yep,
Keely,
not gonna touch
can't
that.
touch that on
I'm
YouTube.
with you,
I'm not
cuz. If I was feeling with her,
touching
and
that.
I'm shooting the club up every
And Tidy, that's why I'm glad you didn't give me Oprah Winfrey, because I would have been.
Tidy, as a matter of fact.
Man.
Matter of fact. Oh boy,
I would have
I
been
ain't touching
tempted to
that.
say something. And you kind of gave me.
Y'all go ahead. Y'all go ahead. Y'all do you. I know Mark ready to say it.
Let me mute my mic. I'm gonna mute my mic and say it.
I mean, we
I'm
know
with
that,
you,
but if I'm close to her, I'm shooting the club up every chance I get. I'm trying to trap her.
Oh yeah,
Forget that.
y'all know, fellas wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's what I'm
you know
saying.
that.
How
She
she
been rich a long
Yeah.
time.
I mean,
yeah, how she get
that is
this far?
that's child support money. That's like a gold mine.
I ain't gonna touch it. Shout out to Oprah.
No comment.
I don't
Yeah,
even know
no
what you're
comment
talking
here.
about.
She Roxy off Players Club. Won't that her name? Roxy. What was her name? Roxy? Not Roxy. What was the light skinned chick?
Talking about Lisa
Diamond.
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 Diamond? No. The light skinned chick. The other
Oh,
one.
I know who you talking about the bad, the villain of the movie.
Talking about Ronnie.
Anyway,
The chick who got her ass whooped.
what I'm trying to get at is she part of the alphabet
Talking about
community.
Ronnie.
Yeah.
Ronnie.
I got you. Gotcha. Hey,
Talking
man.
about Adele Givens' best friend in the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, Ronnie.
Ronnie, that's it.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna jump to our next subject. We're gonna jump to we talked about this a little bit already, but we're gonna swing back around to it, being that Jacksonville Jaguars cornerback Tyson Campbell just signed a 4-year, $76.5 million contract extension this past Tuesday, which includes $53.4 million of guaranteed moolah. And we all know that AJ Terrell still remain. I don't want to say unsigned, but he doesn't have a contract extension. So I want to ask the panel, like, what do y'all think that puts AJ Terrell and also the Atlanta Falcons, knowing that Campbell just got this deal? Like, what do y'all think about that? What What do y'all think that puts the numbers for AJ Terrell's next deal? Because I feel strongly they're gonna get a deal done. At least I hope.
Yeah. I think they get a deal done. I think the numbers are going to be a little bit better than Tyson, of course, because Tyson is getting these and he hadn't even made a Pro Bowl, not selected, reserved, nothing. So, he definitely didn't get it just because he's a former dog or anything. So, with AJ, man, you're gonna have to look at about 19, 20, 21, something like that. Somewhere around maybe in the L'Jarius Sneed area, because I know Tyson is making a little bit more than L'Jarius now, just by a little bit, not a whole lot. But so it's going to be somewhere around in that area, and it needs to happen quickly because you don't want to take the risk of possibly having to pay him more. I know me and Smitty and Berto, we was talking about it on our show, and you don't want to mess around and get to the 25 mark. You don't want him to mess around and have to pay him 25 because you want to get the deal done. I mean, they say it's in the works. They say they know both sides are talking. So hopefully we'll see something maybe hopefully tomorrow, a week from now, a month from now, maybe, an extension happens because at this point, I don't know if you can take the risk of going into the season and seeing what he does, banking on whether he has a great year or not. At this point, from a business standpoint, just go ahead and just knock it on out. Take the risk factor out, and just give AJ, what you feel like is what he's worth and where he's earned.
Yeah, well said. I agree.
I piggybacking off that though. You just said it because he just got that contract. Because my man just got that contract and hasn't made a Pro Bowl nomination, nothing. I think that automatically is going to put AJ in the 20+ range, just for that simple fact. Because if he got that, not making anything, and AJ is better than him, he's already in the. I don't think he'll be in anywhere in the teens. He's going to be 20+, I believe. And it's kind of hard, man. Like I said, I truly don't think, for me, I can grade anybody on a defense because they've just been used horribly. But I believe he's a solid cornerback. So yeah, you got to pay him. I mean, you don't want him to walk because then we really be in trouble. So.
Oh yeah, we'll be up a creek if we lose AJ, especially with the depth we have.
I think he has a proverbial gun to our head. Plus, this other guy just got paid. So with both of those combined, I think we'll get it done, and he's going to be in the high. We're going to overpay because he really has us, right where he wants us for real. Well, I keep saying us. He has the Falcons because I ain't got none of that money. So
he got the logo. He got the logo.
I think he got the logo under the hot knife.
I can't believe we waited this long. Because you're right, now it's gonna really cost us, and I don't even think he's worth all this money. But I don't think the guy that just got paid is worth all that either. And you say he hasn't had any overpaid. Yeah, man, AJ really, other than this all pro second team, he don't have no Pro Bowls. He doesn't really have that second team all pro, but really, it's nothing to really justify AJ making in the 20s. But like you say, because the other guy got a contract of that much, now we have to give AJ something similar. And I just hate it because he really is. I say between a 15, 18 million a year corner, but he gonna get paid 20 something cornerback, and I don't think he's that good, but he's solid enough to where he can justify seeking a contract similar.
Yeah, Campbell deal just killed all any leverage the Falcons had.
Yeah.
Any of it.
That's why they should have did AJ contract way before this, man. The hell they waiting on? You knew you were gonna keep him, and you waiting on for what? You know you gonna keep him. You know he part of your future. It's not like you gonna go out and draft another cornerback because you didn't. So it's not like you were gonna go next year and draft a cornerback. So you knew AJ was part of your future. Why are you wasting time? You should have been had this deal done. Now it's gonna cost you for real. Way to go, Falcon.
Yeah,
I mean,
are definitely going to pay. They are definitely going to pay, and it's going to be outrageous, stupid money. But you're right.
Yeah.
You can't afford.
Coach, when you look at his Wikipedia page, you're gonna be like, we just paid this guy that much money, and you look at his page, you be like, what? He don't even have no interceptions. He got 4 interceptions, and I swear I don't even remember none of those 4. I don't even remember what interception he got. But like you say, we put ourselves in this position.
Yeah, man. Almost like we didn't read the room of what was going on.
Yeah, and it's funny you said Red. I mean, I can remember more of his drop interceptions than the ones he's actually caught. But to me, I'm not sold that the plan was going to be always to bring him back. I mean, Terry didn't draft him. We haven't really seen Terry give out any contracts. Re-sign guys. You kind of had to re-sign the offensive line, but other than that, bro, we haven't really seen him give out too many contracts. We see him get rid of Ritter, move off from Mariota. I don't think it's guaranteed, but if we do re-sign him, I think we'll see a similar deal. We'll just see more guaranteed money. Because when you look at Snead's contract, he got 52 guaranteed. Campbell got 54 guaranteed. Mm-hmm. So you'll probably just see something similar in that facet. Like I just don't see. I don't think AJ worth 20, bro. Like, if you're not getting interceptions.
Bro, I mean, bro, I tried to tell the Falcons they'll go ahead and get him, man, 15-5, months ago. They ain't listen. So now they don't reset the market. The market has been reset. We got Jair Alexander making the most with $21 million a year. We may have to start looking at AJ being at least a top 5 because the top 5, the bottom, the last one is Marshawn Lattimore at number 5 with 19.4. We pretty much looking at AJ making at least 20, 21.
Yeah, he's going to be in the team for sure. For sure, he's going to be.
I'm saying, guys. I mean, they could have did it. They should have did it like Red and everybody else has been saying, man. But hey, this is where we at. So now you're going to have to pay because he is our number 1, regardless of what he is around the league or to anybody else. He's our number 1 cornerback that we have to pay because, again, the depth behind him is Clark Phillips and God knows what. So,
right. I mean, Clark is unproven.
He will get signed. He will get signed.
Right, and Clark is unproven, and I've said this before. I'm not gonna sit here and say like AJ Terrell is an elite cornerback because I don't think he is. I think he's good. I think he has had one very good to great season, and the thing about it, I think one thing that we may not acknowledge that has happened is the quarterback position has turned into a priority position these last 10, 15 years with the rule changes and how defensive and offensive game plans are called. A lot of guys who, in my opinion, probably are not better than AJ or probably on the same tier as AJ, they're making a lot of money. Just going down the list, Jair Alexander, number 1, Denzel Ward, number 2. All right, Jalen Ramsey, his name speaks for itself. Right. Marlon Humphrey, Trayvon Diggs, Marshawn Lattimore, then Tyson Campbell, L'Jarius Sneed, Jalen Johnson. All these guys make at least $19 million per year.
That's what I'm saying.
After Jalen Johnson, then it drops all the way down to $14,000. Then you have the likes of Carlton Davis and Shavarius Ward, Jamel Dean, and AJ is definitely a tier above those caliber players, in my biased opinion, being a Falcons fan. So I really just think it's just the market. It's almost like I know we look at like $20 million per year for AJ, but then you look at the quarterback and you be like $40 million per year for Daniel Jones. I just think it's just one of those positions that hey, if you're good and you're young, you're gonna make a lot of money.
In 3 to 5 years, the cornerbacks, the defensive backs are going to be right behind quarterbacks in terms of paper, of money made. The way the league is going, it's going pass heavy. So your great corners are going to
These wide
start.
receivers.
They're going to start. 3 to 5 years, they're going to be 30 plus. Damn
But
near
the
40.
point that
Mhm.
well, the point that
It's
Mark
true.
made, I'm surprised that his agent hasn't had him hold out because of that point
Right.
that Mark made. But I'm surprised that he hasn't made or requested that AJ hold out for that reason.
That's what I'm saying. Something ain't making sense.
Repeat the point again. I might have missed it. What was the point?
He was saying that basically, Terry doesn't have necessarily an allegiance to him. He didn't draft him, so it's very feasible that he could let him go. Which, for me to assure that I do get that money and that you're not waiting for me to play out this season in order to get it. If I was the agent, I would tell him go ahead. Yeah. Force their hand. Because think about the situation. You just pulled out. Your alternative is Clark Phillip. Who else you got behind him?
Right. I mean,
Yeah,
but hey,
that's
to
a
your
perfect
point
leverage
though,
system.
hey, real quick, to your point, this Campbell deal just happened.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's going to get that paper.
We don't know what may happen going forward. To that point, if we in a week or so, you know what I'm saying, all of a sudden AJ holding out, or all of a sudden AJ sitting out and everything like that comes up, we already gonna have to come back to this conversation right here.
Yeah.
So in all fairness, the Campbell deal just happened this week.
Tuesday.
No, he already came out and said that he ain't holding out. He gonna let his agent do what he do.
Indeed.
So
who the hell is his agent, man? It's good guy stands, man.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Do y'all think maybe that's an indication that they close to a deal?
Gotta be smart, though.
I do think so. I do think so. That's why I feel like a deal is going to get done, because of that point that Mark just said.
Yeah.
That also doesn't mean that they still won't hold out. Like, people lie all the time, or people change their mind all the time.
No, indeed. So, you know, it's all good points going around that could possibly happen.
AJ gonna come to practice tomorrow and say, you know what? I ain't practicing today. I just don't feel like practicing today, man.
And look at it from this angle too. Let's say him and his agent had a talk, and then maybe because of that point, hey AJ, go ahead and put a statement out. You know, we're not holding out. We got a good faithful relationship with the Falcons. We're working it out. Let's go ahead and kill that before any buzz even begins, because of what just happened on Tuesday.
Right.
I mean,
it's another angle too.
But let's not forget.
Like, I lied. I'm holding out. I was just
right. But we can't forget, man. There's the agent there, and being it has a.
Is it me or is he breaking up?
At it like
breaking up.
Yeah, you was breaking up a little bit. You good now though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I was just saying, you know, there is a world where there are just bad agents out there, and you know, AJ could be betting on himself, and I feel like this could backfire because, again, are you really worth $20 million? Like Toddy said, you're kind of probably in that mid tier. You're kind of at the right, so it's smart. So you can't. True, you're not going to get you're not going to get 15 million. You know, so I think, bruh, I still think, you know, they may be close to a deal, but I still feel like, bro, we're going to trade AJ, bro. I really think we're going to trade AJ.
Wait, this year? Well, it have to be this year because he ain't got
before his
yeah. So let me ask you this, because that's an interesting point. If you trade AJ, one, what are you trading for? And two, who's your cornerback one and your cornerback two at that point?
Hey, I mean, if you get some type of pick back, you know, maybe. Hey, I mean, again, it's not ideal, but I really feel like it does not make sense to give AJ $20 million. Like, it just does not make sense because we still got Kyle Pitts coming up. You got Bijan about to come up. You know, you got a lot of contracts coming up, Drake coming up. And I just feel like, I mean, those guys are going to be a priority over AJ if we're being realistic. You know, to me, I think it's a lot easier to replace AJ than it would be to replace. And then you got to think, Terry drafted Kyle, Drake, Bijan. So, I mean, I'm telling y'all, like, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if there's an understanding that, hey, we gonna get you paid, but it may not be here. You know.
I'm surprised we didn't go cornerback in the offseason.
Me too.
I was kind of surprised by that too.
Yeah, I was surprised about that too. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. When you trade him, it's like, what are you getting back? Like again, like Tidy said, what are you trading him for? Because at the end of the day, y'all feel. I mean, Anthony Hamilton was serviceable in Arizona, but y'all feel cool with him and Clark. I'm just saying, maybe a Mike Hughes.
So the Titans, the Chiefs got a 3rd round pick when they traded Snead. So
indeed,
they traded Snead to Tennessee for a 3rd round pick. And again, now they have that cap flexibility. So we're going to see how it impacts them. But I just think, man, smart teams, bro. And to Coach's point, I think it's going to go the opposite. I think the cornerback is going to be valued like the running backs, and have their value drop suddenly. Bro, I feel like you can get guys in the 3rd, 4th round that could be serviceable.
So you saying you would not pay AJ $20 million per year, pretty much?
Not AJ. A guy that's not getting interceptions. A guy that hasn't really proven that he could like shadow wide receivers the whole game. You know, AJ is good on his side. You know, he's going to do his job. He's a solid tackler, but you know, am I going to make him the highest paid corner in NFL history? To me, that doesn't make sense for the Falcons, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you even have to make him the highest paid, but I feel like he's going to be in the top 5, top 3-ish if he is paid. I ain't even going to say number 1. But
I mean, but you know how it works.
You have to, man. Like, I understand what you're saying, but
yeah.
You kind of have to pay him because, like, that is a huge hole in a passing first league. You know what I mean? And he may not be Darrelle Revis, but he is a very good. You know what you're going to get with AJ Terrell. It's not any guesswork. You know he's gonna. And see, I'm not of the crowd that interceptions make or break corners. Is he getting deflections? Is he getting people? Is he stopping the receiver he's shadowing from catching the ball? To me, interceptions is just icing on the cake. But I understand what you're saying. It's a result league, and that does get you paid. But I mean, you kind of have to, because it's like I said earlier. What are you going to do? You're going to trade them, and then what? You get a 3rd round, and then you're getting your ass dusted week in, week out down the field.
That does nothing for us now.
I mean, we getting dusted still. We got to remember, over the past couple of seasons, we still losing to 4th string quarterbacks. So,
in the last couple of years, AJ has been the only top tier wide receivers, which you can't stop anyway, have really had their way with AJ. AJ has been a very great cornerback. It's only old boy from Tampa, was it Tampa Bay, that Mike really saw him? Yeah. And I mean, he does that to everybody. But outside of him, AJ has held his own year in since he's been
had a pretty good game, though. Hopkins had a pretty good. Hopkins had a good game against him.
You said Tompkins?
Hopkins.
Again, a top tier wide receiver. That's what I'm saying.
Top tier receiver that's like 80 years old, though.
But that, I ain't gonna lie, that
was a rookie quarterback
pass interference when he scored.
And it was a rookie quarterback.
I would say that my biggest beef with AJ is that what he showed us early on, I expected him to I guess because he's so early on in his career that he will progress and continually get better. And it just seems like we see that we have the same AJ that he was in year two, I would say. Um, I think that's kind of my frustration with him. I'm kind of on the side with Mark where I don't want to give him that much just because we have so many people to pay.
Mhm.
But with that being said, we really don't have a choice because we
What do we
didn't
have?
prioritize getting a replacement or a successor in the offseason. And that's very
But we did at
Belichick like.
quarterback, but not
Yeah,
corner.
oh yeah.
But
We
see,
got three quarterbacks, but again, it's very un-Belichick like to be in a situation of where you're getting out leveraged and you have no other option. Like that's a but some people defend Terry to the end. This is one of those situations I will point to and be like how did like you're going to get out leveraged because Jacksonville made a deal with a guy that hasn't touched a Pro Bowl. Now you're going to be leveraged into paying AJ more than probably what you feel his value is for that reason.
Yeah.
And you have nothing if he wants to sit out, you have nothing to say, well, we're not gonna pay you this. You got it.
Yeah, the Falcons really don't have any leverage.
None.
If they were going to trade him, I could see it making. I could see it being more of a possibility if they would have did it like right when the new season started. You know, prior to like the draft and free agency. But once we go to free agency and then we go to the draft and then we don't pick up, another viable quarterback. I know we got some guys on 1 year deals. Like Keely is saying that gives AJ a whole lot of leverage, man. And don't get me wrong, I'm advocating for him to stay, but I'm like most of y'all. I don't want to pay him $20 million because I know that's what's gonna do I know what it's gonna do to the cap in 2 to 3 years, but I don't really see a way that we can kind of avoid it unless they franchise tagging.
That's my point, man. What's the alternative? And we don't have an alternative that's worth a damn. Let's just be honest. We don't.
You're right.
Yeah, I totally understand and agree about paying him top dollar and everything, but at the end of the day, family, that's the market. We have no control over the market. And let's just be honest. After we pay AJ, somebody's going to pay their corner more than AJ. The cycle is going to continue regardless whether AJ's here or not. My thing is I don't want to go into it being already short at corner and we're having all these receivers that's going to be you're going to be having to pay corners like receivers in a minute because there's so many receivers getting top dollar. They have the explosive play. You coming out of college, they looking for guys who can have the explosive plays. That's why
I said they have to pay more. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, brother. These receivers are coming out faster, more explosive. Shit, look at Isaiah Worthy. Somebody we got to play, by the way.
Yeah.
And you want to trade AJ and only have Clark and whomever out there to get dusted. My thing is at least go into it with your best option.
I got a good solution for it, for real. Trade Grady, because I feel like we need to trade him anyway. And then you can go ahead and pay AJ.
Man, everybody taking Grady.
Just here's a I
just wanted to take a wait a minute.
I'm gonna run through the DBs that were drafted after we took Ororo or whatever.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Cooper DeJean from Iowa, Kool-Aid McKinstry from Alabama, and Kamari Lassiter from Georgia.
And I like Kamari too.
I like Kool-Aid too. I really like that entire list.
And that's the whole class. They were on the board when we took Ororo.
They were. They definitely were.
Hey, man. Come on, man. Come on, Terry, man.
Do you think that means that they kind of already had a deal with AJ? And
I don't care, man. Because even at that, you could at least you have somebody you could say on the other side that solves the CB2 problem. So if you do get the deal done, you got your CB2. If you don't get the deal done, boom, Boom. Hey, figure it out. I
Now,
don't
now,
know.
now, now, there is a guy coming out next year that I think the Falcons should do whatever we got to do, and that's Travis Hunter. So again, if I'm gonna invest in a corner, I would rather, like y'all said, or like you're saying, draft a corner or develop a corner. I just don't think it's wise to pay no corner, especially when our defense isn't good. It's not like AJ's a piece on a good defense. It's just AJ's been the better player from our last regime's draft class. So again, we don't have leverage, and I understand like how we feel like we're pressured to do it, but I don't think we should fold, bro. I think we should continue to develop. And then to your coach and A1, that's why you have the cover 3 scheme. You're keeping everybody in front of you anyway. Any corner could play zone. Well, not any corner, but again, you don't need a $20 million corner to play cover 3, in my opinion. Especially when you got Raheem Morris, he has the DB coach experience. Jimmy Lake, DB coach. Jerry Gray. Like, why have all these damn DB coaches and then you going out and paying $20 million for AJ Terrell? And I love AJ. But I just feel like
that's what I'm gonna have to come back to, bro. I'm gonna have to come back to the market. At the end of the day, like my thing is, even with Raheem, who vouches for AJ, who wants AJ to play more physical, by the way, and who possibly could get AJ back to that old form. We'll have to see. But with that being said, man, my thing is, are the Falcons better today? If they traded AJ right now at this hour, are the Falcons better without AJ Terrell, Mark?
We don't know because we don't know what Raheem's going to do. Cause, bro, we got to remember in 2016, we had Desmond Trufant, our starting cornerback, get injured, and we still made it to the Super Bowl without our CB1. We had Jalen Collins, a guy we drafted in the second round that looked like a bust.
We had a breakout season from Vic Beasley. Was it Vic? Yeah, Vic.
And you had some shine from Neal and Jones too.
Right.
What happened was basically all of your first and second year players sold out, from Grady to Beasley to like Debo.
Campbell.
The whole defense.
Yeah, and they were all like under 2 years. And all of them started and all of them showed up.
So, I mean, again, that's all I'm saying. Will we be better? To me, we don't know. We don't know what Clark could do.
Toss up.
I think it's obvious we wouldn't be better because he's the best defender we got. Yeah. I don't think we're gonna.
He's not better than Jesse Bates. He's not better than Jesse Bates.
I'm talking. He's the best corner. He's the best corner we have.
Corner. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's the best corner we have, and nobody's gonna send us anything comparable in return at this point. I don't think.
Nobody shouldn't really pay the guy, but man.
Nobody who needs AJ is gonna send us somebody better in return.
Oh no, that ain't happening.
That's what I'm saying, man.
That's what I said. Trade Grady. Grady, go ahead and pay him. I mean,
can't trade him for a first round.
The solution would have been to draft a corner. That would have been the solution.
Absolutely, but we didn't.
That would have gave us some options.
Moving forward, go ahead and put Grady on the market, free up that space, and go ahead and pay him. That's what I say.
I doubt Terry gonna do that though.
I doubt it because I feel like that would have been done already. I feel like if they were gonna get rid of Grady, Grady would have been gone by now. So I don't think they're gonna do that. But I do feel that point because I was thinking before, Grady even came back, anything like that. I was thinking, I said, I'm looking at that contract, and you really can move that contract.
Absolutely.
And with the depth that we got in the draft,
I don't even think Terry they creative to do stuff. Some of this stuff we suggest.
I mean, I don't think he's
got to be a creative GM to do some of this stuff we suggest. Man, I don't think Terry they creative. I think he's basic. I think he's solid. But when you're talking about creativity, a move that we'd be like, man, I can't believe Terry pulled that one off. No,
we talked about this.
I'll disagree with you on that, Red, for one move he made.
Matt.
No,
Desmond
not
Ridder?
Matt.
What,
Not
salary
Ritter.
cap?
His first draft pick this year. When you say, man, I can't believe Terry did that.
Oh,
Shit.
talking about
But
Michael
that
Penix.
can go a
It
different
kind
way
of
though.
fell in his lap tight.
But still,
Yeah.
that was unconventional. Nobody expected him
Right.
to do that.
Right.
Plus, I
Nah.
think in
Yeah.
terms of the Grady thing, I think teams would want to see him play first, come off that injury before they have any serious
Right,
injury.
of course, but
Yeah.
this year
He gonna
we
set it
talked
up to
about.
where
I
everybody
know
gonna know
y'all
he taking
remember.
the corner next year.
I know y'all remember we talked about this at the beginning of the year. This year is the year to trade. You kind of have to trade Grady this year. You have to if you want anything for him. You got to trade him this year. So let him play a couple games so teams can see him, and then give him Das Boot.
I could definitely see him going at the end of the year. Now I ain't gonna act crazy like I
Well,
don't
you
know what
mean-
you're saying.
Okay.
I think Coach
All
mean
right.
that
So
you mean
you
the trading
so are
deadline. Don't you, Coach?
I was just about to say, so the trade deadline, by the trade deadline, if Braylon Trice, Brandon Dorless, Ruka Roro all performing, you know what I'm saying, kind of
Woo.
back to like 2016 type Falcons. Hypotheticals, of course. So you saying that at that time, Grady possibly could be dealt.
Yeah, he. I'm saying he needs to be. He absolutely needs to be. His contract is getting higher and higher. So if you extend him moving forward, you're going to pay even more, and he's getting older. So to get something for him, you kind of need to do. You kind of need to trade him this year. Am I? I mean,
I mean,
yeah.
but-
You know,
Okay, just
'Cause
just for clarity purposes, just to get the numbers, if Grady is traded this year, it's only a $4 million dead cap hit the next 2 seasons, which is really nothing, and we would
Mhm.
save $16.2 million the next 2 years on the
Yeah.
salary cap.
That's what I'm saying.
I
I was
agree.
looking at that. Was looking at that before and was like, that can be a
You know what,
possibility.
Tidy? I
I'm
trade
gonna
him
go.
just for whether we want to trade him now. Just trade him just for that right there, just because it makes you feel.
It's not going to happen though. That's an emotional leader. That's a leader of the locker room.
Yeah,
That's a
that'd be
guy who's
tough.
going to help groom the younger guys. So Grady's not going anywhere. But this is a nice hypothetical conversation.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You know how emotional of a leader. We got Bates in that locker room.
Like you said, don't know. Nobody in this regime got any allegiance. Not you, but someone else said.
Oh, yeah, Mark.
No one has allegiance to him in this regime. So
Yeah, to Grady
Raheem
as well,
do.
just like AJ.
Well, yeah, Raheem got a little.
We can say the same thing about AJ then. If
forgot.
Raheem got ties to AJ and Grady,
but there's a difference. There's a difference. We have no one to replace AJ Terrell. Like you kind
I
of
think
choose.
y'all
have
overvalue in
that could
corners,
possibly
man.
replace Grady. We do have people that could possibly replace Grady, though.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
that
what
is
I'm saying.
true.
As far as production, I ain't talking about who he is as a man. I'm talking about as far as production. Because you look at Grady's numbers the past few years, it ain't like, you know what I'm saying, he just been killing it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's easier to trade. It's better to trade, let him go than to let AJ walk.
But I lean to what A1 said. I think because of who he is in the locker room and you got a new staff. I mean, Raheem is familiar with them and the effect he has. I think that's gonna make it tougher for them to trade him, in my personal opinion.
Oh yeah,
And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Yeah, it's
They
unfortunate.
probably won't.
It makes sense to trade him, but for that reason that A1 mentioned, I don't think.
Right.
Yeah.
I
I
gotta
don't
stop
think he
thinking
goes
of their
anywhere.
emotions, man. Gotta think business. What's more important? Make sense. Business, not emotional. Business.
Business
Hey,
wise,
I agree.
to me.
We're very un-Belichick like. That's why I wanted him here. We are very un-Belichick like.
We
Because
I want
Belichick
that.
would have
about it,
shipped him.
we make people Falcons for life. That's what we intend to do.
Arthur
people
make
Falcons for life.
people Falcons for life, not us.
You're right about that.
Belichick would have shipped him out
Yeah,
there.
the logo makes
out
people
of here.
Falcons for life. you know. So
All right, y'all. We done hit the 2-minute mark. I mean, excuse me, the 2-hour mark. So we're gonna play our second and final game. I'm gonna bring Slim up also. This is
Thanks,
called
everybody.
Slim, what it do?
Wrong.
What the
Oh,
move
glad
is?
I
What
got
the
to
move
talk.
is?
What's up,
Hey,
Slim?
man.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna do head or tails. I think everybody has played this, but Mark and A1. And this is very similar, Mark and A1, to the game we just played. But this
Okay.
is called head or tails. I'm gonna give you an option, and you pick one or the other. As far as context, the context of the question is whatever you want it to be. You know what I'm saying? And again, this is rapid fire, no explanation. We go through it real quick. We always start at the top, and that'll put us at with Coach. Coach, you ready?
Yep.
All right, Coach. You got nacho or ranch Doritos?
Ranch.
Ranch. All right, Red. Big Mac or Whopper?
Big Mac, baby.
All right, Keely. Oh, this is a good one for you because you travel a lot. Phoenix or Tampa?
Phoenix.
He said that. Matter of fact,
Oh, so that's an easy one.
yeah, he was quick with that Phoenix.
Yeah, Phoenix.
I never been to Phoenix. I've
Why
been to
would
Tampa,
it?
so I need to go to
Why
Phoenix.
would anybody go to Tampa? Man, Tampa.
I was say
Like
Tampa
an
dangerous.
They're like an old person almost.
Yeah,
Tampa dangerous right now.
All right, A1. Martin or the Fresh Prince?
Martin.
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 All
Good
right.
answer. Good answer.
All right, Mark. Kroger or Publix?
Gotta go with Publix.
man, you
Publix.
bougie.
I agree.
I'm about to say, hey, shoot, I went to Publix today, but I want to get one, man.
There we
Love me some
go.
Publix.
I like Publix. man.
Y'all folks bougie, man.
Hey,
And y'all
hey,
rich
buy
I
me
like
and get
community.
Kroger
one.
too, but he said which one better. I mean, I shop at both.
Yeah. And shoot, there's no Kroger's in Florida, so
Publix don't give you that gas though.
hey, that's facts.
That's facts now. That's why you gotta go to Sam's Club.
Yeah, there you go. There you go, right there.
All right, Slim.
Yeah.
What the move is?
Jog 2 miles or walk 5 miles?
Shoot, I do the jog 2 miles. Might as well get it out the way quick.
Yeah.
Dig it. All right, we're back up top. Coach. Summer Olympics or Winter Olympics?
Oh, wow. I know it's rapid fire, but question: is there gymnastics in both? Right?
It's only during the summer.
Some in the summer?
I believe so. Gymnastics is during the summer.
Only in the summer? Okay, then summer.
All right, summer. Red. Italian food or seafood?
What? Italian food, baby.
All right, Keely. Jazz music or blues music?
Jazz.
That's hard.
You say
Easy
jazz?
for me. Yeah, jazz.
All right, A1. Sweet tea with ice or a cold Coca-Cola in a can?
Sweet tea with ice. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You from the South, you gotta say sweet tea.
You gotta say sweet tea.
I ain't doing the Coca-Cola. I ain't doing that anyway.
I don't even drink soda.
Bro, that's where I'm really at for real.
Yeah, because both of them from the South.
Yeah.
Yeah, right down.
Yeah, I say they both from Atlanta. Shit.
Right. Right. They both Atlanta staples.
Jokes across the coat.
All right, Mark. Pizza or tacos?
Oh, come on, that's easy.
Go on, give me the pizza. Go on, give me the pizza.
Get it, man. Somebody get this man out of here.
Hey, well, you know, pizza, you got so many different varieties, man. You got plenty of variety with pizza.
You must not be going to the right places for tacos.
Hey, I love tacos, but pizza, man, you can eat it cold. You can,
Ain't no tacos in Florida, man.
Oh, hey, you sleep, man.
Man, you gotta go to like Cali or Texas, man.
Hey,
Right.
I'm not gonna
Right.
lie.
That way,
I have
you get,
had
that way
the
you get the real
from a
taco.
taco truck in Cali.
They got a bunch in Cali.
You said ain't no tacos in Florida?
Culver City.
I was about to say he sleeps, Slim.
And man,
He
you know, there's tons of Hispanics out there, man. You get the authentic stuff out there in Florida, man.
No, the
Especially
authentic
now.
stuff is out there in Texas and California.
Yeah, you can get some good stuff out there in Texas, but man, you
And
sleep
it's
on that
better than
Florida, man.
yeah,
You
I'm
sleep
sleeping on
that
that.
Florida, man.
I'm
I
lifetime
ate my
napping
first
on it.
burrito in California.
I'll take a lifetime nap on some Florida tacos.
Oh man, I just noticed that A1 in the middle, man. What's up, man?
Yeah, man, what it do?
Man, I'm sitting here looking crazy.
All right, Slam.
Don't worry.
You got. I think you're a little young too, Slim, but you should be able to choose one of these. Boys in the Hood or Menace to Society?
I'm 37 years old, man.
Oh.
You don't think I know though? Man, to me, that's a good one though. That's a good one. I say don't be a menace to South Central or drink your juice in the hood. That's
No, that's not a choice.
That ain't a choice, man.
But if I had to pick between them two, I had to say Boys in the Hood, man.
Boys in the
Oh.
Hood.
I had to say Boys in the Hood.
All right,
I can dig it.
I can dig it.
Red had just played a clip from that from Boys in the Hood on his page a couple weeks ago.
All right, so
What's up?
we got Miss B in the
Miss
building.
B
What's
in the
up, Miss
building.
B?
What's up, Miss B?
How you
Wow,
doing?
Miss B. What's up? Long time no see, babe.
All right.
Everybody
She's
getting
back.
on tonight.
She's back.
Right.
All right, we okay. So Miss B, you gotta jump in. You got the next question.
You muted.
Unmute.
Okay. Y'all can hear me
There we
now?
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you, babe.
You said I got the next question. What question? What is it about?
All right, you gotta we playing our game heads or tails. I'm gonna give you two options, and you pick whichever option you want. And the context of what the question is about is whatever you want it to be about, and it's rapid fire, no explanation. All right, your question is audio book or old school reading.
Old school reading.
Shout out to the old school.
Mm.
All right, Coach. We're going back to the theaters. Juice or New Jack City?
Mm.
Who you? Oh, yeah, that's the question for me.
No.
No. Coach.
Oh, okay.
Didn't take them that long to pick one.
They say sit your $5 down for a change.
That's what I was about to say, bro. I got to go with because that's the greatest. That's the greatest. What's the word? One-liner I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Nino Brown, baby.
They're gonna kill me, man. They're gonna kill me.
Man, I swear I could quote that whole movie and make it funny, man.
New Jack City was good, man. I'm sorry. It was. I like Juice too, though, man. Juice was good. Yeah, man. Juice. You can't sleep on Juice either.
Yeah, they both classics.
But
Yeah, they both.
New Jack
I
City
hear
just
about
take-
both classic movies today, man.
I'm trying, man.
That's like saying which better, Belly or Shotters. That's hard. That's
Fuck,
like
don't
that's
make me
hard.
do that. Don't give me that question. Skip over
Slim,
that right part.
let's tight it. Let's
I'm gonna
tight
get
it.
that thing right in the mouth.
All right, Red. Gary Payton or John Stockton?
Give me Gary Payton.
Okay, Gary Payton. Okay, I could dig it. All right, Keely, you getting all the travel questions tonight. Vacation on the beach or vacation in the mountains?
Beach.
That's easy. Yeah, the mountains you get killed. Yeah.
It's not black ass.
Cabin fever, goddamn.
I see
Hold on.
I see melanin in everybody's skin. So yeah, you don't be
What you
messing
said?
with
What's
them
your
now.
answer, Keely? I didn't hear you.
Beach.
Oh, beach. Okay. All right.
I'm the only one that can survive their vacation, Slim. They gonna kill me.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, that's how you
Yeah.
get missing. You wake up dead doing that.
When I'll be straight in the mountains though.
Yeah, we know you will.
Oh yeah, we know you be straight, Keely. Look,
Man,
you prepared.
All right.
Keely's prepared.
A1.
Mhm.
I think I know what one you gonna say, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Saxophone or drums?
Saxophone.
Yeah, I played it. Well,
you there.
I thought you was gonna say drums, to be honest.
Saxophone, my brother. Saxophone.
Yes, sir.
Bill
All
Clinton.
right. It's our final one, Mark. This might be for your time.
I would say if you
Mark,
want
how
to,
old
you
is
can give it to
man?
Miss B.
12?
Right. Hey, I'll take it. Hey, shoot, you can give it to Miss B.
All right, Ms. B, he passing it to you. This is the last one.
Like John Stockton.
Peter Warwick or Percy Harvin in college? College only.
Oh,
that's
What?
easy.
Say it again.
That's easy.
I would say I should have kept that.
Say it
Yeah,
again.
what you get?
All right. Peter Warwick or Percy Harvin in college? College only. Peter Warwick.
Only one
or
correct
Percy
answer.
Harvin?
Only
Really?
one answer.
I don't know. I don't even know what that is.
All right, Mark, take
Mark,
the
I have no
Mark, take
idea.
over. Mark, take
Hey, it's
over.
Percy.
Yeah, take
Stop.
over.
And you got the wrong
You
answer.
said in college, Mark.
It's
In
Percy.
college,
It-
not
Said
NFL.
college, not NFL.
Peter Ward was
I'm
the
still-
answer.
Hey,
was that?
I'm still taking Percy Harvin. I'm still taking.
All them damn
Ooh,
migraines.
Tidy.
Yeah.
Tidy.
Y'all must
Tidy.
not.
Tidy.
I would say y'all
Talk
must
to this
not
man,
remember.
Tidy. Tidy,
Nah,
talk
bro.
to that man. Tidy, talk to
What
him.
is that? What is that? I don't
Tidy,
In
know.
talk to
college?
that man.
Peter Ward was a beast at Florida State, and Percy Harvin, he was all right at Florida.
When in the
All
1950s?
right.
Yeah, he was a beast in Florida now.
Hey,
Bro,
Nah,
I'll say
1950.
Percy. Percy used to do his thing. Now I
Yeah, he
can't
did.
take it from Percy.
he used
though.
to, he used to do his thing, but he ain't do what Peter Ward was doing though.
Peter Ward was
Peter
like a
Ward.
top 4 pick for Cincinnati.
I thought Peter Ward gonna be the modern day Jerry Rice. I don't know what happened to him in the NFL.
Bro,
Mm.
Peter Ward was different at
Flip.
Florida State, bro.
Yeah, he was.
I think
All right,
I think if Peter Ward were drafted today instead of the time he was, he'd be okay. But
you may be right. He kind of fits the modern day. But y'all appreciate y'all playing, man. This week's still. We're gonna go to our last segment. Now, I'm glad Keely and Red is on the stage because this is something we was talking about on my Facebook earlier today. And of course, everybody in the panel, we're gonna talk about it. But the question is Vic Beasley a bust? I'm gonna give y'all some background information. Well, I'm gonna give y'all my opinion. I say that he's not a bust. I don't think he's a bust. Red and Keely, they think he's a bust. So I want to know like what everybody on the panel think, and then we'll all discuss it. But I'm standing firm. Vic Beasley was not a bust. Now let me say this: I'm not saying that he was good. He was great, Hall of Fame or nothing like that. But I'm just saying, based on what he gave Atlanta, his production, I can't call him a bust. I can't do it.
I agree.
I got somebody on my side. I thought I was gonna be by myself. Shout out to Slick.
I thought you was gonna go on order. I absolutely agree, and this is why, because we didn't pay him. So we he was here on a rookie contract. We got what we got out of him, and then we cut him loose. So I don't think he
Did give
was
him that 5th year though. We
Yeah,
did
they
give him
gave him
that
a
5th
fifth
year.
Yeah,
that was
but
a mistake.
I don't think he a bust because the thing is, Vic Beasley just fell out of love with football. So it doesn't. He put up numbers, but
I don't think
you
he
can't
ever
get.
loved it.
Yeah, but you can't get mad at the player because it wasn't like his skills kicked him out of the game. It was just he fell out of love with football. That's like
But he never
his
had
job.
skills though. So that was the argument. So that was the argument for Vic. He came out of Clemson. He was very athletic. The argument was he only had one move. He didn't have a counter. He didn't have a rip. He didn't have anything. His only move was just I'm fast as hell, and that was
But
the
it
issue.
worked.
It didn't.
He was the fastest.
No,
It worked.
it didn't. By and large, it didn't. And that was the argument that I was having with Tidy about the 2016 season. Because, all right, point of clarity. 2016, out of the entire 16 games played in person, I probably attended 13 of them that year. And if you look at the numbers, because I remember I was sitting in the stands for these two games, and I distinctly remember these two games. The point was half of his production that year came in two games. And it came because Denver started their third string tackle, which was Tyson Sombrello. Their third string, I'm talking about they were beat up. Tyson Sombrello, the same Tyson Sombrello that we signed for whatever reason afterwards, brought him to the Falcons.
Sound like he played with us.
Yeah, he did.
And the second game in which he got half his production that year was against LA, the Rams in LA. Well, against another injured backup tackle. So my point was, look, you can judge if you say he's a 5 to 6 sack year guy and that doesn't make him a bust, cool. My point was this. I remember in 2017, I sat in the stands and I saw Adrian Claiborne get 6 sacks in the game because Tyron Smith, right before the game, did not play. And then they brought in a third-year guy who ain't never seen anything, and the whole defense lit him up. And the Cowboys couldn't move the ball. So, to me, is Claiborne that good, or is it the fact that their 5-time All-Pro tackle did not play that game? And that was
my thing is, go ahead, my bad. But see, my thing is this: it's not his responsibility to say, well, you give me the best player and I'll go against that best player. No, what he did was in the 2016 season, he put up 16 and a half sacks. The Falcons haven't seen him.
He put 15 and a half. But
once again, the Falcons haven't seen that from a player since. So my thing is, it doesn't matter who he was going against. If the opponent team put up an old lady and he had to win that one-on-one, he won his one-on-one.
No, it doesn't matter. No, it does matter. It does matter, the competition. It's the same reason you don't look at 1,000 yards from a rusher in the SEC West versus 1,000 yards in the Sun Belt. Like
they look at 1,000 yards like you got 1,000 yards.
You do not, because you're looking at the competition that was played. It's the same reason that when we talk about Ritter path in college and we talk about him playing against women of the children college during the season, that's the same reason we were laughing at him, because we were questioning the talent that he played.
But Kelly,
we're not going to act like the talent that was played doesn't matter when we sit here and do it all the time. That's the reason we don't look in the Mountain West for talent. Nobody's looking over there.
You're talking about college. A lot of those folks work at Home Depot. No, not the Home Depot, but a lot of them folks work third shift at Starbucks now, man.
And where is Jalen Mayfield at right now?
Everybody is a pro.
And where is Jalen Mayfield right now?
I seen one of them
groceries. At Publix.
I had just seen him. He work at FedEx Kinko's.
Yeah, I see one of those college quarterbacks.
And that's not, hold on, and that's not college. Jalen Mayfield played in the NFL. Where's he at right now? Picking up boxes, right?
Look, I got this stick from one of those college quarterbacks that played the other day, man. I got one of these.
But you're not realizing I just X'd out your point of, oh, that's college football, because we've seen sorry ass talent in the NFL. We just seen Jalen Mayfield.
But it doesn't matter if
Jalen Mayfield back to play.
But it doesn't matter if they were sorry in the NFL. They are pros. They are pros.
All right, so bring Jalen Mayfield back. Would that make you happy?
Here's the thing: if he doesn't cut the mustard, he gets cut.
No. You said he's pros. He made it to the pros.
So let me ask you this: is he not a pro?
These are your words.
But is he not a pro? That's like me telling a soldier. But that's like me telling a soldier in the military who's not doing the Army
You're
standard, well, you're
struggling
not
with
a
that
soldier.
example because it doesn't make any sense. Look,
But let me finish.
you're struggling
Let
with
me
that.
explain what I'm saying is
It's a
let's say
bad example.
you join the military and you end up
Finish it,
getting
but it's
out,
gonna be
and I
another
say, well,
bad
you wasn't a
example.
good soldier. You wasn't a good soldier, so that don't make you a veteran. No, you still a veteran. Just like if I made it to the NFL and I start performing or underperforming, that doesn't take away the fact that I was still in the pros. I am still considered a
All
pro
right.
in the league.
You're talking about a label, what you call them. We're talking about talent. Okay.
Yeah, a lot
That's
of
why it
people
was
is
a
not
bad
gonna have
example.
good talent
Hold
in the
on.
NFL.
That's the whole.
But that doesn't make them not a pro. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make them
I
not a
don't
pro.
care.
So
Look,
you can't
again,
really.
I don't
We're
care
talking
what
about
you call.
numbers. Nobody cares who the person was going against when
Again,
you
you're
got those
making
numbers.
another
Do
bad
anybody
example.
care?
I
Do
don't
anybody
care
care
what
when
you
Julio
call them.
caught
You
that
can call him a
spectacular
pro.
catch?
You can call him a rookie. You can call him whatever label you want to call him. The overall point is that all NFL talent isn't zero sum. Just because you made the NFL, that don't mean they all have the same level of talent. There are people in the NFL that are complete ass. And when you're not going to remove that context that you do not want Jalen Mayfield just because he has the label of pro. You don't want him on your line because he was wet. He was ass.
But once again,
There's a talent gap in the NFL.
When Matt Ryan threw that play in the Super Bowl and Julio caught that spectacular catch to put the Falcons in the position to win the game, nobody said, "Hey, let's talk about who Julio caught the ball over." Nobody said that because no one cares. It's about the numbers. You get
That's
your numbers.
another terrible example
No,
because
it's
the
not,
dude that he
because
caught the ball
you're.
over wasn't a guy on the practice squad. It was a
It
starting
doesn't.
player
But
on the
once again,
team.
do
That's
anybody
why it's
talk
a very
about
dumb
who?
example.
No, it's not, because do
It
anybody
is.
talk about who he
We're
caught the ball over?
we're
No.
comparing the third string tackle on the team, a guy that barely is off the practice squad, and you're comparing it to a starting defender on a Super Bowl team. That's why it doesn't make sense.
Nobody nitpicks when Vic Beasley got his
That's not a
numbers.
nitpick. That is
When Vic Beasley got his sacks in 2016, not one person nitpicked who Vic Beasley was going against. He got his sacks. No, they even say that on all the mainstream sports media. No one cares who the person was going up against, because here's why. Because if Vic
I'm gonna tell
Beasley
you why
didn't
you're
get
wrong.
those,
I'm matter of fact, I'm gonna show you why you're wrong.
because I'm gonna tell you why. Because if Vic Beasley didn't get those sacks, you would still turn around and be like, "Oh, you let a sorry person get on you." So the reality is, it
That's a
doesn't
fair
matter
point.
who Vic Beasley got those numbers on. He
No,
won his matchups. He didn't. He's not going to be like, "Hey, when the ball is snapped, I'm not going to really go after the quarterback because this dude is not my caliber." No, I'm going to get my sack and I'm going to walk off the field with 3 or 4 sacks. If you that goddamn garbage, then step your game up.
Hold on,
Slim,
can
it
I
don't
say
even
something?
matter. It don't even matter because he led the league in sacks. So it don't
Yes.
even really matter. Like
Thank you.
that one season, it really doesn't even matter. I mean, to Kelly's actually making a great point. He led the league in sacks. If you really remember that season, he stumbled into sacks. Like quarterbacks were literally running right into him. So it's not like he was out there making these dominant pass rush moves and just making tackles look silly. Kelly does have a good point, but at the same time, he still produced, did what he had to do. He was an impactful player for us that season, and he led the league in sacks. So I think that year alone made it very clear that he wasn't a bust. He just he stopped loving football.
No, I think you just brought up why the numbers weren't what they. All right, you said some of those games he just simply walked into sacks, right? Is that what you just said, right?
That's everybody.
Hold on. That's my point. That's the reality of it. The reality of it is he also played against inferior talent for 2 of those games, and half of his production came in those 2 games, which also explains why you never saw another season that looked remotely like that. It also explains why when you got him in these bigger games in the postseason, you did not see a performance like an all-pro performance. The other thing about it, to Slim point, when you say nobody pays attention to that, nobody nationally pays attention to that. When you go to ESPN and I go to this game and I go to the recap, they mentioned right here, Claiborne had more sacks in this game than any career, blah, 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 partly and thanks to the fact that the Cowboys' #1 tackle went out. Yes, they account for that. Like,
I mean, that's true.
they
So,
do take account for
And
that.
I admit, I admit,
You can
fellas.
ignore that context. I can't because I saw it. That's my point.
Yeah.
so
I mean,
let me
that's facts. That's facts.
He has a point.
let me jump in real quick. Yeah, y'all both have a point. Keely, please jump off my dude because that's my favorite Falcons player. But that's neither here nor there. But yes, absolutely, I feel Keely has a point. My favorite player is Claiborne. Well, he's one of them. Him and Spoon. And yes, he went against inferior talent. He went against the person that was in front of him. He did what he had to do, and he got the numbers. So you both are right. You know, the numbers is all that matters. All we know is Claiborne had the most sacks that game. But to Keely's point, he got the most sacks because he played against inferior talent. So in relation to Vic Beasley, I feel like that again, y'all are both right. But I believe that what makes him not a bust is he wasn't, to me, a bust is a player like Tim Tebow, Johnny Manziel. Tim Tebow, Johnny Manziel. To me, those are busts. Big Beasley, I don't feel like he was a bust. I don't think the ceiling was so high for him anyway. Although, yes, I understand he was a first overall pick, but it wasn't. I don't remember him being looked at like he was this game-changing, unicorn type player. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why I don't think he's a bust.
Hey, our
You also have to
Angel just hit it right on the head with that one. And also, let me just say this right quick. People are calling AJ Terrell a bust, and he played wide receiver ones, but yet, he don't get a lot of interceptions, but yet people still call him a bust. So the reality is, people only nitpick certain stuff to push their narratives. At the end of the day, when it comes to negotiating, or when it comes to these players getting at the table to negotiate, they're not going to say, well, man, you play a inferior player, but yet
they are going to say that.
Still gotta no. They're going to say, they're going to pull up the numbers and say, well, this is what your production is.
You think a GM is not going to say? If you think a GM not going to tell Vic Beasley,
but if my agent goes to the table and tell the GM that, well, since we played inferior people, then I guess we can come off the top. We can skim some money off the top then, or we can give you a discount. No, the reality is he put up his numbers. Like, for instance, let's go back with AJ Terrell. People are calling him a bust, but yet he's only gave up 4 touchdowns, and he didn't get an interception last year, but he's literally stopping first string wide receivers. But yet, since he's not getting a lot of interceptions, well, he's not doing good. The reality is that
that's a terrible analogy. But let me make this point.
Here's the thing about a sack. A sack means I did what to the drive. I don't care if the other player. I don't care if the other player was inferior. But guess what I just did? If I got a sack, that means you lost yards and you lost downs. So for the overall of the team, I don't care if you should put somebody up there that's better. If you knew I'm destroying that player, then get him off the
problem
field.
with that.
So with Vic Beasley's season, you trying to tell me his agent was going to negotiate a big time contract off of that one season that he got in 2016?
You got darn right he was.
All right, boy. That's why he got the league now. He didn't get no contract offer like that when he went to Tennessee.
Vic Beasley got out of the league because he just didn't like playing football anymore. It wasn't because
did Tennessee offer him? Did Tennessee offer him a big time contract when he left us? According to you, they could have looked at that 2016 season and say, "Yeah, Vic, we're gonna give you a big time contract off of that one season you had."
I think he got 8 sacks.
Hold on, Rick.
8 sacks last year with the Falcons.
Yeah. And they still didn't offer him no big time contract.
But hold on. Now let me hit you a different, Red. Name me one defensive end we had outside of that came after Vic that put up Vic numbers. and we was playing sorry teams now. We're playing sorry teams because for the
point.
last
Oh my
2
God.
years, the Falcons was considered having the easiest schedule in the league. So name me one person who put up numbers like that.
Bro, in his last season, he had 8 sacks, right? We haven't had anybody with 8 sacks since.
Here's my thing.
The most we had was 6 sacks.
So here I would say this. Just to drive it home.
Teams are gonna look at him like he's an elite pass rusher, though.
I don't disagree with Keelan when he said about the competition, because I mean, if you want to dive into it, the competition is the competition.
Right.
But at the end of the day,
if he got half of production,
the numbers are still the numbers.
Right. That's why I said
the numbers are the numbers. But that don't mean they're gonna look at him like an elite pass rusher.
But let me explain why it's important. Let me just give you context of why it's important.
An elite pass rusher.
Right. So let me give you context.
What is this, Disneyland?
Let me give you context as to why.
And he only had 1 sack in the playoffs in 2 seasons.
Let me give you context why it's important.
My point,
right?
A1.
Let me give you context to why it's important. So the Water Boys, right? I shared a video, right? You remember a defensive end we took out of Arkansas University. Y'all remember that guy?
What year? No, Texas, UCLA.
He's talking about Anderson.
No, Jamal Anderson. You remember Jamal Anderson when we drafted him in the first round, right?
Oh man, yeah.
He was a super bust.
Keely, that's a bust. That's a bust now.
No, I'm gonna clarify. I'm gonna clarify the bust thing.
Is Jamal Anderson a bust?
Hold on. Let me finish this. Let me finish this out real quick. The point that Stan from the Water Boys was making was that the reason people got fooled is because in that one good season at Arkansas, the bulk of his 10 sacks came in with 2 games against like Murray State or somebody like that. Right? So because the numbers are the numbers, but because the bulk of his production came against inferior talent, they were pump faked into thinking that he was actually a first round talent. So that is the same thing in which in that particular all pro season where you have yourself thinking that he's an all pro talent because he got inflated stats playing off. Hold on, let me finish. That is the reason you're looking for that same production that he gave you against inferior talent against teams that really matter, and you never got it.
No, but you can't use that argument because you're comparing a college team moving over to the NFL.
It doesn't.
No, it does matter.
It does not matter. It's the same example of playing inferior talent to inflate the stats, and you think you have more talent in that player than what it is. That's the exact same thing.
No, go ahead, Mark. Let me jump in. I got a counter for that one. But go ahead, Mark.
That's why you didn't see him. That's why you didn't see him pinch a soul on the Super Bowl run. That's exactly why you didn't even see him just pinch anybody on the entire Super Bowl run because he wasn't an All-Pro talent.
Let me jump in.
The only thing I would say, the only thing I'll say real quick, coach, is we got to remember with Vic. Vic had that season, then the next season, due to injuries, we had him everywhere. We had him playing. We had him as a damn near safety. Like we had him as a linebacker. That's what I'm saying. We had him as a nickel.
He played a lot of his snaps as linebacker.
All right. Do y'all remember the conversation that Chuck Smith and everybody that was around him? I get it. Do y'all remember the conversation that was around Vic during this time? Chuck Smith was very vocal on him.
That he didn't love football.
He was.
He said he had poor. He said the big thing. You remember they brought in Bruce Irvin, and Bruce Irvin was supposed to somewhat mentor him. And then they interviewed Bruce Irvin, and he said that Vic Beasley seemed like he just was unreceptive, like he didn't need no help, no anything.
Yeah.
And the dialogue,
nobody yell at him. Don't yell at me.
The whole dialogue around Vic was that he had a poor work ethic. He wanted to do it his way, and he didn't work hard enough. And that's where Chuck Smith was really beating him up on. Chuck Smith was like, "Look, all you got is one move. It's either you're gonna beat him off the snap, or that's it. You don't have a counter, you don't have a rip, you don't have anything." He never worked hard enough to refine it. Like that was the biggest thing around the conversation around him was like, dude, you got one move. And like I've watched those games where tackles are just sitting there doing this with him. Because
Right.
once he's caught. Like he only had one move.
All
That
right,
was the whole thing around.
But here's the thing about. Go
let me
ahead.
ask you this, Keely. All right, let's say we take, hypothetically speaking, let's say we do take some of those sacks away that he had in 2016. We're gonna round up and say he had 16 sacks. Let's say he only had 8 or 9 sacks based on playing guys who are not second and third strings. So is that a fair number to say maybe he'll finish with 8 or 9 sacks? Just hypothetically speaking. Is that fair? Yes or no?
That to me, that's fair, and that's open to a different discussion. My whole point was.
But let me finish. Let me finish.
Okay.
So that's one season in 2016 we has 9 sacks. Now these next 2 seasons, for whatever reason, Dan Quinn decides he gonna play him at nickel, play him at safety. Some games he don't even rush the passer. So now you've taken him from his position as a pass rusher, defensive end, and you put him in the defensive backfield. So those next 2 seasons, he only combines and has 5 sacks in 2017 and 2018. Now, the end of 2018, the very end of the Super Bowl, Dan Quinn publicly said, like, look, we're going to put Vic back to his regular position as defensive end full time. The last, I think that would have been the 2019 season. And he comes back and he gives us 8 sacks again as a full-time pass rusher. So it seems to me
12 quarterback hits too.
Thank you. 12 quarterback hits. It seems to me that he was a 8 sack a year guy. And for the life of me, I just can't call a 8 sack a year guy a bust. I'm not saying he was great. I'm not saying he was good, but I can't call him a bust.
So here's my counter. Here's my counter to that.
Go ahead.
I because what we saw that he didn't have pass rush talent. Like he didn't have a counter to this, counter to that. He just had one. He was a one-trick pony for all intents and purposes, right?
Speed rush. Yep.
And we also saw that we didn't saw, but we heard they had a poor work ethic, right? I don't think, this is just my opinion. Mark even alluded to it. A lot of this stuff, he walked into sacks. There was a lot of times you didn't see that sack until we already up 30 in the game. And of course, that 2016 year where our offense is putting up all these points. And of course, you're going to get your pass rush opportunities when they're behind 20 points. So true. I think because of that context, physically, we saw that he was a one-trick pony. We saw that he benefited from the fact that we had big leads. I don't know if I can then say because of those circumstances that it would have turned out to be this 8-year-a-guy thing. Because even the year before that, how many sacks he had before 2016? The year before that,
he had 4 sacks.
His
rookie year, he had 4 sacks.
As a rookie.
Yeah, but here's the thing: most defensive ends, he's a hybrid linebacker. They don't put up double-digit sacks or high number sacks in their first. The average time it takes for a defensive end to get in his groove is 3 years. I'm gonna give you. This is the reason why I say, listen, it's all about the numbers. It's not about no context. Let's go into boxing. Let's do a Dan Quinn move.
Context.
Nah, but let's do a Dan Quinn move right here. Let's talk about boxing. What do a lot of boxers do when the match is about to be over? They do a lot of jabs. They do a lot of quick hits. Why? To make the numbers funny. Then people are saying what Mark has said. He said he walked into a lot of sacks. Well, the reality is, a lot of defensive ends, that's the whole purpose of the defensive line, is to crush the middle, force the quarterback to move left or right. And guess what that does? It makes the defensive end job easier. You are putting that contain on them. But I'm saying you're putting that contain on them. So it doesn't matter whether he walked into a sack. It doesn't matter if the quarterback fell on the ground and he touched the quarterback left shoe. He got a sack. His number says, "I got a sack."
It doesn't. It matters. It does. It matters for the second debate.
It don't. If you look at Vic Beasley's stats,
if the game is over, if the game is over, what is the value of the stat?
when you go
And we're
online,
already
50,
up 20. What is the value of the sack? How do they help us?
But that's
Let me talk to Coach real quick.
pass rusher though, Kelly.
thank you. It's
hold
any
on. Let me.
pass rush.
Yes, every pass rusher benefits for it, but you need someone with talent to get a sack or
But he
move
has
the quarterback when that has already been argued.
Most defensive ends
Chuck Smith
have
himself,
one
Chuck Smith
move.
and other people who have played the position have said he just didn't have the talent. He only had one move.
Okay, let me jump in.
Most of them have just one move. It's just that you have to master that one move.
That is a complete lie. That
Hold
is a
on,
complete
hold
lie.
on. Hold on.
Most defensive ends have. Everybody have a signature move. That's what most defensive ends. They have their
Signature move
signature
and
move.
one move is two different things.
Big
People
Beasley,
have
whatever.
counters.
But
Hold
the
on.
reality is, if I was
Coach,
Big
can you
Beasley and I
please talk
luck
to this
up to
man,
get
Coach?
around
Can
8
you
sacks
please
a
talk to this
year,
man, Coach?
if I'm averaging 8 sacks a year and I'm just getting lucky like that, well then that's darn good for me. Like I'm not gonna sit there.
That's great if that was his average, but that's not his average.
That's great.
Hold on.
That's
Yeah,
not his average.
let me jump in. Both of you guys are right in your perspective. Hold on. Let me finish, Keely. Both of you are right in your perspective points. Keely, I think Keely is making very good points about garbage time stats. Let me finish what I'm saying first before anybody interrupt. He's right on garbage time stats. Garbage time stats are going to be are not going to hold as much value as when the game is in the thick of it. I mean, it's just the way it is. But as to what my man right here is saying, oh, sorry, I can't remember. Your name escapes me. Well, Slim. What Slim is saying is also right, too. Even though he got him in garbage time stats, at the end of the day, he has the numbers. So both of you guys are right in your perspective. But what I will ask you, Keely, is, okay, you're saying that Vic Beasley had one move. I think he was just an average to mediocre player. Like he wasn't nothing special in my opinion. But so what I will ask you is, okay, if you say to me, you got to compare the people, right? All right, so Big Beasley in my eyes wasn't a bust because he at least gave us 1 year where he was the sack leader of the entire NFL. So, yes, I know it came. Hold on. I know it came. I know what you're saying. It came at garbage time. I get it. But this is what this is my retort to that. Compare him to Tack McKinley. Tack McKinley is actually an absolute bust. Big Beasley, it was better than him. It actually put up numbers. Again, I understand it came at garbage time.
But can I ask you a question though? Let me ask you a question. How does having a league leader that's just ceremonial, just to say he's a league leader, how does that actually help the defense? Like if I need somebody to go get a sack to end the game, and he's just the league leader just in garbage time.
Right.
If he can't go get a sack to end the game or to stop a drive, how does him being the league leader help us?
Here's the problem about sacks, though. Here's the thing about sacks. Just one quick thing. There's no such thing as garbage time sacks. Oh, go ahead.
I asked Coach a question.
Oh, my bad.
You absolutely right, Keely. You're absolutely right. But this is damn, I forgot what the hell I was about to say.
And one more question for you while you think about it. Can you address the fact the statement that he made that there are a lot of great defensive ends that only have one move? Can you please address that?
No.
Okay.
A great defensive end has multiple moves.
But I didn't say great. I said a lot of defensive ends have just one move. It's just
even
the thing is you can master that one move. OJ Simpson literally put up 200 and something yards doing the exact same thing. And guess what OJ Simpson said? They wasn't stopping me, so I'm gonna keep doing it. He did the exact same run move. on the outside and put up 200 and some yards in one game and said, "Well, they didn't stop me, so I'm gonna keep doing it." The saying in the football is, you can't get mad because a person is doing something. If you don't like it, then you stop them. But let's talk about the sacks. There's no such thing as when you talk about garbage numbers or garbage time numbers. There's no such thing as garbage sacks or garbage times, because the reality is, it's not the defensive player's fault that you are forced to keep throwing the ball because you're too far behind to catch up. You're going to stop them. You know what I'm saying? You're sacking them because they can't stop the pressure. You don't want them to get the momentum. Let's talk about the Falcons in the Super Bowl. You don't get when you got your foot on a person's neck, you keep your foot on that neck. You don't let them off. So if sacking them until the game is over, that ain't no garbage sack. Every sack is earned. Every sack, you work for those sacks. Every single sack is earned. There's no such thing as garbage sack. Now, if you're talking about garbage time passing, that's because you're trying to get back in the game. That's a difference. But when you talk about sacks, there's no such thing as garbage sacks.
Good point. You did all that for 30 minutes, and that did not make me believe that you know anything about football. Coach,
I feel that, but hold on. Wait. I was saying real quick. The thing about it is too we got to realize is he had help in 2016 too, y'all. It wasn't like he had no names on there. He had help, and didn't he have Dwight Freeney as well, who might have been in his later years, but at the same time that was still Dwight Freeney.
Chris, the help he had is not talked about.
Okay, but hold on, wait, because I'm about to get to my real point about that. After all that, right? After Dwight left, what happened to his production and his numbers after that?
His position changed.
His position changed. His position changed, but we're talking about just the talent of the player too, though. The talent of the player. The talent of the player. Even though he was moved around, even though it's the schemes, I get all that, and I do factor all that in. But if you're talking about just the talent of the player, until he went back to his natural position, he wasn't able to move around. He wasn't able to.
He was a very athletic. He was a very athletic guy. But in
he was athletic. The numbers are. I give him his league leading. I'm not taking away from none of that, because sometimes you're just fortunate enough. But he did have some help there, and when that help wasn't there anymore, he wasn't that player.
He was a very athletic guy. But coach, did he have defensive coach? He was very athletic, right? Very athletic coming out of Clemson. But in terms of a typical first round defensive end, in terms of hand fighting skill set, just defensive end skill set, did he have first round defensive end skill set?
Let me answer that question, please. Both questions that you asked that I didn't get the answer before. The answer to that is no. But that is again but listen, that is again why I said he was a mediocre player. So when you asked me before that I didn't get it, I remember I didn't get a chance to finish. When you said, does his sacks and garbage time help us or make our defense better or any of that? The answer to that, you're right. Again, is no. It is what it is. He got his numbers in garbage time. Okay, boom. I agree with you that it happened in garbage time. But this again is where I go back to, even though it was in garbage time, he was able to get those sacks. He was able to be the league leading sacker. On the same team, on the opposite side, was another player playing the same type of position against the same teams, doing the same thing, and he wasn't able to do it. That's what I'm saying. So, yes, you're right that he got it in garbage time, but he still was a better player than Tack. Tack was actually
100%.
It's not even close.
But let's not do that though. Let's not. That's the argument when I hear people talk about Matt. They will say, "Well, he's better than what we've had." Let's not grade them on a curve.
I'm not. No. I think you're misunderstanding me. I'm not making a comparison that
He's there to attack.
My comparison is as a bus. That's my comparison. A bus.
Okay.
Tack is actually a bus. That's what I'm saying. Tack is.
Let me say this.
Before you go, Keely, hold on. Before you go, I want to know one thing to put some in perspective. What's your definition of a bus?
Right.
That is where I was going. That's where I was going.
That's why.
So, like I said in our previous discussion, in the comments or whatever. Now, if how y'all want to define 8 sacks a year or whatever, if that is a bust or whatnot, I told you my argument was that that 2016 All-Pro season was fugazi and that he wasn't an All-Pro talent. That was my argument. Now, for him to be a top 10 pick and to get that type of production, like if he's I think it's relative to where he's drafted. He was a top 10 pick. And when you're drafting that high, typically you're thinking you're getting a guy that's going to be with the franchise at least more than 5 years. You're thinking he's going to be what you getting out of Grady.
I say 8 years at least. Yeah. I agree. Go ahead.
So and he was picked over Todd Gurley.
Yeah. So I think in terms of the fact that you picked top 10, wait, was he 8 overall?
Yeah.
8.
Yeah,
when you pick somebody 8 at defensive end that high, I think the hope is that they're going to be there at least 8 years. So for the fact that it was pretty obvious early on that he wasn't going to make it past his 5th year. I think because of that, me personally, I would consider him a bust because of where he was drafted.
So is it fair to say that he was an underachiever and not a bust?
Right. That's why
and that's the thing.
Look,
everybody don't have to be. My thing is, my argument is this: everybody doesn't have to be great. It's just you are a good player. Was he a good player? Yes. And even what's his name?
That's why y'all got to stop listening to him, man.
What was the GM name?
Hey, real quick though, I'm just saying, not to cut you off, brother, not to cut you off, but my thing is too, in the most important times, like the playoffs, what did my man Victory do for us? In the same year that he had 16.5 sacks in that playoff run, the man didn't do nothing except for have 2 pass defenses.
That's what I'm saying.
He only had 1 quarterback hit. He was not a factor
in the Super Bowl. He could have made a play in the Super Bowl and saved the game on defense.
He
didn't do nothing in the playoffs. Damn the Super Bowl, y'all. We did nothing in the playoffs as a whole. We had to play a few games to get there.
That's not true.
We had to play a few games to get there.
In the Super Bowl.
Go ahead, Mark.
Y'all talking about Super Bowl. I'm talking about the entire playoffs.
The Super Bowl, yes. The playoffs, he was, again, and I'll just say this because this wraps up into the Super Bowl. Vic Beasley benefited by having Kyle Shanahan, Matt Ryan, and Julio Jones. Like, he was put in positions where the teams had to pass the ball a lot, so it gave him more opportunities to walk into sacks. I think that's just the reality. I don't think he was a bust. I think the 2016 season was a little overrated, with context. But
it was overrated.
It was definitely overrated, but he wasn't a bust. We started overthinking him. We started thinking, he can do anything. We put him at outside linebacker. He guarding tight ends. And to me, that hurt his production.
Mark,
but
let me frame it like this.
Valuable player.
Mark, let me frame it like this.
I don't know what you looking up on that computer, but please don't share.
In terms of his numbers, you may have an answer to say no, he wasn't a bust. In terms of his talent, you picked a talent top 8. So separated from the numbers, we're talking about the talent. We picked a talent top 8.
He gave us that one season though. That one season.
But you're talking about a season of numbers. I'm saying separate the numbers. What did his talent do that year? Including the playoffs.
It was solid. Again, we haven't seen nothing since.
But you're talking about the numbers. You're looking at the numbers.
Man,
you would not take the talent.
Keely is the type. Keely,
player.
I think Keely is looking for a Madden
Hall of Famer
type of football team. It's either you great like this Tyler Digger Knights type stuff.
No, you
If
just
you ain't
you just
first,
don't
you're
know football.
last.
No, you just don't know
No,
football.
you're putting a unrealistic standard on players. Then it's like, okay, I put up
I'm
16
not.
sacks.
Listen to
Then
coach.
it's like
Listen
I
to
put up
coach.
16
Listen
sacks.
to coach.
Well, then
Listen to coach.
no, this is
Listen
what
to
you
coach
doing.
because
It's like
he actually
it's like a
coaches
player.
defensive line.
No,
Listen to
it's like a
coach
player
defensive
put
line.
up.
Listen to the
But
guy who coaches
you
defensive
don't.
line. Listen to the guy who
Yeah, but
coaches
that
defensive
doesn't.
line.
But the reality is,
Because he
it's
knows
like a
more than
player
you.
put
Because you're
up
embarrassing
16
yourself right now,
sacks.
man. Come on, listen to
No,
the
it's
coach
like
who
a
coaches
player put
defensive
up
line, man.
16 sacks, and then you
Bro,
say, "Hey, well then
you just go on these
let's
tangents talking
discuss
about
these
nothing,
sacks
bro.
one
Listen
by
to
one."
coach, man.
Do
Listen to coach.
anybody care? All right,
Listen to coach, man.
who is the sack leader of all time in 1 year?
Nobody cares. Listen to coach.
Who is no? The question is,
Not
Listen
TJ.
to coach, man.
It ain't Vic Beasley. I know that.
who is the sack? No, I'm talking about of all time. Who is the sack
Michael
leader
Strahan.
in 1 year? Huh?
The dude from
Michael
Texas.
Strahan.
Do anybody care who he played against? No, no one talks about it. Everybody just know he leads the league in
He's
1 year
actually
of
talented.
sacks. The reality
They
is,
Actually
talk about him
talented.
walking into that
no
last sack.
one cares.
He's
No
actually
one cares
talented.
who Vic Beasley went up against. No one
He's
cares.
a
He put
Hall of
up
He's
Fame
15
actually
and a
player. What
half
you mean
sacks.
nobody cares?
Hold on, Slim.
No one cares who he went up against. That's
He's
it's the
actually
reality.
talented.
That's like me saying, well, I got to win on the rock. I got to win on the
How do you
schedule.
mute
Well,
his
look at the
mic,
team
man?
you
Because he
played. The
ain't talking
team
about
wasn't
man. How
good.
you
It
mute his
Will you
mic?
doesn't
stop with
matter.
these whack analogies?
Hold
No,
on.
because the
Bro, this is
reality is,
terrible.
y'all are nitpicking numbers. Y'all are nitpicking numbers like, well, yeah, you got this amount, but let's talk about who you went up against. No one cares. The reality is the numbers
We
are
do
the
care.
numbers.
We do care.
We've given you
No one cares.
reasons why we're
Okay,
talking
okay.
about the folks that we going up
Let me ask y'all this about 2016. Let's get away from the sack numbers for just a
Yes,
moment. In
please.
2016. Let me give y'all the rest of his numbers. He led the league in forced fumbles with 6. So I'm saying that probably accounted for 2
No,
or
but
3
hey,
turnovers.
no, hold on. You got to take away 3 because he played somebody who wasn't supposed to be there.
Well,
Take
hold
away
on.
3 of those.
Right. But hold
away
on.
2. No, take away 2.
Hold on. He had 6 forced fumbles, so that probably accounted for 2 to 3 turnovers. He had 1 touchdown. He had 40 total tackles. He had 11 tackles
40,
for loss. He had 16 quarterback hits.
That means he was getting to the quarterback. That means he was getting to the quarterback.
It means he got to the quarterback after the game was over. Continue, coach. Go ahead.
Oh, Lord.
So again, Slim, you're definitely putting too much onus on the numbers. Because Keely is right. There's a difference between talent. You're not going to say that he is as good as J.J. Watt, who was if I'm not mistaken, he still is the sack leader, or he was the sack leader. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I would never compare him to J.J. Watt anyway, because why?
You just said leader.
But here's the thing. I never said Vic Beasley was a great player. He was a good player. The reality is, it's like it's always got to be a 0 to 100 when it comes to talking about players.
Can you show Larry's the Dixon Way comment?
He was mediocre at best. But what I'm saying is, you can't compare him to a great. You got to compare. That's where I was getting at when I was talking to Keely about Tack. You can't compare him to a great. You got to compare him to another mediocre to bum player. So comparing him to Tack is the best way I can do it. So Tack is straight trash. That is a bust. Big Beasley was not great. He was mediocre. It is what it is. He was very mediocre, but he wasn't a bust. That's my only disagreement with spot on. But he wasn't a bust, but he definitely wasn't great. I don't know why you
I never said, not one time have I ever said Vic Beasley was great. I just said he was a good player. There's
good.
no, like, and we acting
He
like
wasn't good
just to
either,
be a
though.
good player, you have to, like, come on, he put up numbers. That's the reality is
You're going
that
back to
when
the
they
numbers.
hired him, he put
You're
up
going back to the
numbers. He
numbers.
put pressure on the quarterback. The reality is the
But
Falcons haven't had the Falcons. So the
doesn't necessarily make you a good player. Again, look at garbage players. I would to push back on your point. I would go to Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow put up good numbers. He put up numbers. Was he a good player? No, he was a mediocre. He was a mediocre player. So
let me ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all this. Can we highlight Vic Beasley's final season in Atlanta just real quickly?
I don't even remember it, and that's a problem.
I'm gonna tell it to you real quick, Coach. He had 8 sacks.
Okay.
42 total tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 12 quarterback hits. Now,
how many games he play?
Hold on, say that again. Say that
How
again.
many games he play?
Okay,
16.
He played in all 16 games. He started 15. He had 8 total sacks. He had 42 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 12 quarterback hits.
And what year was that, Tidy?
That's 2019, his final year.
Again.
Now on that poor year going forward, who outdid those numbers? That I don't care about. What the talent was. Who outdid those numbers from that year going forward? And that's his poor year.
A lot of things.
That's his poor year. Now, who did better than him going forward?
That was not his poor year. That's why you need to stop talking. That was not his poor year.
Yeah, but once again, we're not talking about his rookie year. Come on. But I'm talking about his down year at 8 sacks. At 8 sacks. I'm talking about at 8 sacks. Who did better than him going forward?
In 2017, he had 5 sacks. 2018, he had 5 sacks. You talking about that's his worst year?
But who did better than him? That deserves some context. He was not a full-time defensive end those 2 years either.
He was a middle linebacker. I mean, he was playing linebacker. But once again, who did better than him going forward? I'll wait.
All right, so I got hold on. You know what? I got a better statement because y'all
answer the question. Who did better than him going
hold
forward?
on. If you hush for a second, I'm gonna give an answer. It might not be the answer you like, but you about to get one. So here's what's about to happen. Because y'all want to grade on the curve. 2019, he had 8 sacks, right? He had 8 sacks, right? Shaquille Barrett had 19.5 that year. Chandler Jones had 19. Cameron Jordan had 15.5. Danielle Hunter had 14.5. TJ Watt had 14.5. You want me to keep going to see where he ended up?
We talk about Falcons.
No, that's where you lost. Because you want to compare him to Falcon history. We're not playing against the 2021 Falcons on the schedule. We're playing against the rest of the league. So, compared to his contemporaries, that wasn't even a drop. That wasn't even half the sack total of the leaders.
But that makes the Falcons extra garbage juice because no one could put up those numbers.
But
no player on the Falcons could put up those numbers.
We're not saying he was a great player, though. We're just saying he wasn't a buzz.
That's what I'm saying. He wasn't great.
Tidy, your argument is a completely different argument than the one he's failing to have. That's a totally different argument.
No one said, Tidy, have you ever heard me say he was great?
Hold on. No. What you said was he was good. What you said he was good. Now, what Tidy is saying is that he's
name me someone. Until you can name me, I would give me someone who put up better numbers than him, and I would literally give you $300 off the Falcons. Name me someone who did better than him.
I think you might have either some comprehension issues or whatever, because what I told you is that they're not playing against old Falcon team on their schedule. Like I don't know why that's not clocking in your head for whatever reason.
But if he's playing for the Falcons. Once again, if that's the case, if that's the case,
who are the Falcons playing? They're playing against the 2019 Falcons were playing against the 2015 Falcons. That what you're trying to tell me?
No, now you're trying to other. But the reality is, if he was such a bust, what we're getting at is you're saying that he was considered a bust. So then that means everybody who can't put up those numbers on the Falcons are a bust as well. So was
That's also inaccurate, and it's a very dumb point
See,
because it's
you see what
relative
I'm
to
saying?
where they no, because
See,
a bust is
if you
relative to
don't
where they're
like the
drafted.
player, you will find a way to make that player a bust.
No,
That's what you
no,
do.
no.
You did
What
that
I'm
to Matt
doing is
Ryan. You're doing it to Vic Beasley. If you don't like the player, you will find a way to
Kelly,
pull the stats to make that person
Kelly,
a bust.
hold
Man,
on. When
if
did I
Kelly,
call?
you want an
When did
all
hold on,
Madden
hold on, hold
team,
on, hold
just
on,
say
hold
that.
on, hold on. When did I call Matt a
Kelly.
bust? Hold on, no, let
You
me finish
did.
this.
Come
Let
Who's
on,
me
P.
finish
better?
him. Let me finish
Come
him.
on,
Let me
P.
finish him off. Let me finish him off. Because
You
the
can't.
dumb
You
Kelly,
just
you already
no, let me
exaggerate.
know the
let me
answer.
finish. Hold on, no. Because what was dumb is
Mark,
that
I'm gonna go pop some popcorn, Mark.
bust is relative to where you're drafted, nutso. So if we draft a defensive end in the third round and he doesn't get but 5 sacks, that's not a bust. A bust is relative to where you're drafted. You got that? So if we got another DN drafted in the top 10 and he doesn't get 8 sacks, then your point is relevant. But then you can only compare him to top 10 picks. That's the only way you can sit there and say, comparatively to other defensive ends that's drafted, then he's a bust. You see how the common sense is it clicking for you? See?
No, you're not making no
Talent
sense. Only
wise,
person who's gonna agree with you is Red, and Red about crazy as cat
All right.
shit.
So
So the reality is, so the
Hold on.
reality is,
No. We'll do this. We'll prove how dumb you are. We'll go around the table. Mark, if a defensive end is drafted in the 4th round and doesn't get 4 sacks, is he a bust?
that doesn't
Thank you. There we
that
go.
don't make
Move on.
sense.
Move on. It does.
no,
Because what you're
No,
trying
it
to say is
doesn't.
nobody else who gets 4 sacks, everybody else who doesn't get 8 sacks is a bust.
No,
my
that's
question,
not what I'm saying. That's what you
No,
want me
that's
to say,
what you
man. You
said.
know,
No,
my
but
you
that's
question
what you
debate
is,
like
said.
Trump, man. That's
Roll
what
the
you do,
tape back.
man.
That's what you said.
This is what man, you debate like Trump, man. You just make up the argument, man. That's not what I'm
Slim.
saying. The reality,
Okay,
what I'm
okay.
saying is,
Let me ask a question for
if
you,
we
quick.
Then
talking
Quick.
about from
you
a
need a better
team
job of
perspective,
articulating. No, you need a better job of articulating your point
no,
then
you're
because what
just
you
making up
no,
your argument
I
point,
did
man.
no. What you
No one
said
never
was
said
to
Vic
no.
Beasley was a great player. He's not going to go in no Hall of Fame.
I
He's not
didn't
going to go
say
in no Ring of
Yeah,
Honor.
bruh.
Larry,
He's
You
not going to do none
I'll
of that.
catch you
So
today,
was he
Larry.
okay?
what
Yes.
are you bruh? What nobody said great. What are you talking about?
Y'all was sitting there saying I was saying he was great. I
No,
never
you
once
said
said he was
good.
great.
You said good.
He was he good?
You
Yes. But then I said this: name me one player from the Falcons who put up Vic
Slim.
Beasley numbers.
That's what I'm
Outside
about
of
to ask you, Slim.
going from when Vic Beasley left, did we see that kind of production from any defensive end we got drafted or picked up in free agency? No, we
again.
didn't. The reality
And
is we
you
didn't. We
and
don't have
again
that. And then we've been playing sorry
you
teams and
said it
still
again.
couldn't put up
Again,
numbers.
you said it again. You requested that same statement and you said then everyone else was a bust. You did not preface it with the fact that it's relative to when they're drafted. That's how you determine somebody's a bust. I don't know how hard that is for someone to comprehend. If you draft someone in the 3rd round and they do not work out, that's not a bust because they were a late pick. I don't know how this
No,
is not connecting
that's
with you.
not
I don't know why the
true.
trouble
That's
is.
not true.
Vic was a top 10.
Desmond Ritter was a bust and he
Kelly.
was drafted in the 3rd
He was
round.
not a bust. He was not a
Whoa.
bust. He is
Whoa.
not a bust. He was a
Wait,
Whoa.
third
wait, wait,
round
wait,
pick.
See, your definition of a bust is foolish. A bust just means you didn't live up to because the Falcons put extreme hype on Desmond Ritter. Desmond Ritter
It's
didn't live
not
up to
foolish.
the
You're
hype.
just dumb
Was
if
he
you
a bust?
expected a third
Yes.
round pick to play like a. You're just dumb if you expected a 3rd round pick to
So
work out
then,
like you were supposed to be Peyton Manning.
by your logic, Russell
No,
Wilson
by
could never
common
be a
sense.
bust. Russell Wilson could never. That means if you not drafted in the 1st round, you could never be a bust, or you could like your logic
All right,
doesn't make
So,
sense.
what expectation did you have of anyone that was drafted in the middle to late rounds? What expectation? Because bus
Hey,
is about
let me ask
expectation.
everybody in this thing: was
Yeah,
everybody calling
let's do that.
Desmond Ritter a bust? Was everybody here calling Desmond Ritter a bust?
He's trash.
No.
He slick was a bust.
See, and then you know what I'm saying? Like,
hold on. But
come on, man.
that doesn't equate, Slim, because Desmond Ritter was a 3rd, 4th round pick. So what Keely's saying, it makes it. That's why I keep going back to Tack. Tack is a 1-1 of Vic Beasley. Tack was picked in the first round. So comparing the two, the only difference between Tack and Vic Beasley is Vic Beasley had 1 year of 18, 16 sacks. So again, this is what I'm saying. Keely is making the point. Keely is making great points, but the difference is between the two is Vic Beasley was the sack leader. So for that reason of the whole NFL, even though it came at garbage time, he still was the sack leader. So in my eyes, for that reason, I don't think he's a bust. Was he good? Was he good, as Clem has said? Absolutely not. Was he great? Fuck no. He was a mediocre talent. I mean, it is what it is.
So if you were dumb enough to sit there and hype yourself up over a 3rd round pick and set your own personal expectations, then that was your failure, because no one told you to believe in Ritter. People who get drafted at the top of the draft, they come in with expectations. Trevor Lawrence had expectations because of where he was drafted. Now, if you, for whatever reason, went out there and bought a 9 or a 4 jersey for whatever reason without any proof of seeing him perform anywhere on the field, that is your dumb ass. That was never an expectation set by anyone. So if you got disappointed by something that nobody set an expectation for, that is your fault. He can't be a bust if there was never expectation. You can't get let down if you were never high up. That is the point. Bust is relative to expectation.
Coach, who is better talent-wise, Coach? Vic Beasley or Arnold Ebiketie? Talent-wise, who's better?
Talent-wise? I mean, we haven't seen as much of Arnold, so I will have to give it to Vic right now. Give me 4 years, 5 years of Arnold, and then I can answer that. But
can we get Larry coming up here again? His last one, please.
Right here.
There we go.
He says no one called Ritter a bust. They call him garbage.
Man, you can pull up the videos where folks were saying that boy was, because the reality is when you put
people say it, they don't make it true.
expectations,
They're retarded people that talk every day.
but once
Just because
again,
you say it, don't make it true.
yeah, but once
Gotta
again,
be
like the
expectation.
reality
Gotta
I'm
be
making is
expectation.
Just talk to the folks that know football. Nobody of them never said Ritter was bust. We just said he was great.
Who did you hear outside of 285 say that Ritter was a?
How am I supposed to know where they?
Quick question, y'all. Quick question. Thus far, and I know he still has another year to play with a brand new quarterback, but I want to know y'all answer. Thus far, who has been more valuable to this franchise? Vic Beasley or Kyle Pitts?
Vic, well,
Vic. Because
Vic Beasley.
I would say Vic.
Yeah, because he helped us get to the Super Bowl.
Okay, all right. So thus far, and again, we just talking shit, but thus far, based on Vic being more valuable to the franchise, what we call Kyle Pitts a bust thus far.
If he doesn't produce this year, Kyle Pitts would be a bust. That's what I'm saying.
I'd say due to circumstances.
Oh, Tidy, you mind answering this question? You mind answering this for me, Tidy?
Go ahead.
Pitts has talent.
If Pitts was drafted in the 6th round, would he be a bust?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, okay, so relative to where he's drafted. Okay, I just
but Keely, he was picked number 4.
Because he was drafted at the top of the draft. I'm not making my point to you, Tidy. I'm making it for the less coherent people in the room.
I still wouldn't consider Kyle Pitts a bust. Why? Because his rookie year he put up he was about to break the tight end record. How many yards he was away? Now
we didn't have nobody to throw to but him.
But it doesn't matter. He caught the ball. But what I'm getting at is these last two.
I'm just saying
Even Raheem Morris said this. What you have to take in consideration the person who was throwing the ball to Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts wasn't dropping the ball that was coming to him. It was just that the ball was never getting to him.
Right. That's
So
why I said this year. This year will tell it. If he don't produce this year with a competent quarterback, then he absolutely is a bust, regardless of what he did one year. The
there you go, right?
the sun shines on a monkey's ass one sometimes. So
See,
but that's why I keep going back to the difference between the two people that played the same position. The sun shined on Big Beasley once.
everybody is saying the exact same thing I'm saying. The reality is he didn't have a quarterback. People, it didn't. Then what people are saying, it kind of it's kind of like they just saying, well, Pitts, once the ball is snapped, he should have just walked and took the ball out of Ritter's hand. If he don't have a quarterback, you can't really grade him on his performance because the quarterback wasn't giving him the ball.
That's why this year matters.
I'm talking. But what I'm saying is, even let's say he has a underwhelming year, I still wouldn't consider him a bust because then I will only consider this 2 years. Those last 2 years, I kind of wrote those off like a bad check because the reality is, you have to. Let's say he don't have a real good year this year. I won't consider him a bust. I still won't consider him a bust.
Yeah, a bust.
How? Top 4?
Well, of course not. You ain't consider Vic Beasley a bust, so why would you consider Pitts a bust? I don't think anybody is a bust to your ass.
A bust is somebody like a Tack McKinley. That's because that's an actual bust.
Really?
That was a
I
bust.
think Tack is a great player. Come on, Bill. You know you got Tack one step from the Hall of Fame. Come on.
Tack, see what Tack did. Tack is doing what Anthony Richardson is doing. Tack is overloading his rush, and then he gonna constantly keep hurting himself. So
hold on, Slim. You do realize
guys
you
play
do
4 NFL games. That's a great category.
this is why I have been using Tack as the measuring stick. You do realize that Tack and Vic Beasley almost had the same numbers. And we just said that Tack is a bust. The only difference, and this is why I've been stressing, the only difference is Big Beasley had 1 year where he was the NFL sack leader. That's why I keep saying for that, I can't call him a bust. But they almost have the same numbers, and Tack is absolutely a bust. So you can't call Vic good, great, none of that. He was a mediocre player who 1 year became the NFL sack leader.
Tack had 6 sacks his first year, 7 his second year.
And I think he had like 7 Tack had 7.5 1 year, I believe. He had 6 1 year.
His first year he had 6.
I'm gonna be honest, y'all. Tack first 2 years, he's pretty good. Y'all go ahead and throw tomatoes at me.
Nah, he was.
Hey man, the way they grade, man, you got to be Deion Sanders for them to get a pass. Like, good night.
Or you just got to have
a pass for these folks. They be like, yeah, you might put up 100 sacks, but you saw how you played the Cowboys. I ain't cutting that. You can't be good. Like, man, you gonna let nothing go.
I am a diehard, as anyone who really talks to me on a regular knows. I am a diehard Agent Claiborne and Witherspoon fan. They didn't give us a shit ton of sacks, so I don't equate sacks with how good a player is. I look at it as a whole, and I'm telling you that Vic Beasley was a mediocre player who happened to get the sack leader 1 year, but so that doesn't make him a bust. But you got to stop saying he was good, bro. He just lucked up.
He was good, man. He was good. Like, the only reason why, and this is the reason why I say he was good, is because, one, sacks are not easy to get. Like, you don't just. Now, I understand people say, oh, he walked into a sack or this and that, but sacks are not easy to get. When you get them things, you get them. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, man.
The last defensive end that we had to put up those numbers, and how long ago he left the Falcons, and his numbers still stand. Like, come on.
So
you have to give him some kind of
doesn't
credit
make
for
him
that.
good. That just make us bad drafters. Like we
Is
just bad at picking talent. That doesn't make him good.
hold on.
But once
That's the
again,
point.
Slim. In your opinion, is Tack a bust? Just yes or no, real quick. Is
is
Tack a
Tack a
bust?
bust? Yes, Tack was a bust.
Hold on, Toddy. Please do a side by side because I'm almost positive that they're damn near identical, except for the 1 year. Please do a side by side. There are two numbers, please.
Okay.
Vic Beasley was ranked 40th on the top 100 after that 16 year.
Uh-huh.
So I mean,
and
his
that's by
peers
his
had him top
peers.
50.
And that's by his peers. But are
Listen.
y'all his peers? No.
That's because he that's because he was the sack leader.
Once again, are y'all his peers? No. To get 40,
Bruh,
that
like-
means you had to been good.
Bruh,
Like, come on, y'all gotta get a
what
man.
the
Y'all gotta
hell,
get a man his respect or something, man.
Man,
Good
you know how
night.
many garbage players have showed up on the top 100 for one freaking year?
I don't
man?
care. It
Come on.
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
To
I'm gonna
you,
say,
they're garbage.
I'm
But
looking-
the peers, that's like me working for the government. And the people I work
here
for
come another
is in
bad
the
example,
government.
bro.
No, I'm saying they're telling me I'm good, but yet somebody who's not in the government saying, "Well, you know, you could have did this." You know what I'm saying?
No, we don't know what you're
foolish.
saying, man. These examples are
foolish.
terrible, bro.
Your statements are foolish. It's like you on the outside trying to say, "Well, this person is this and
I'm
this
trying to
because
say
he
common
played
sense
this
stuff, man.
person."
Yeah, I am.
So now,
The
so now
dude
you
was
fucking
he
James
was
Bond.
good.
You working for the government? What, you a spy now?
I do
You
work.
James
I do
Bond?
work for the government. What are you talking
Okay.
about? I do work for the
Okay,
government.
Red. All right, I'm gonna ask you this because you haven't said a lot on this topic, but
Oh, I've heard a lot though.
tell us in your opinion why Vic Beasley was a bust.
Because, like I said, we drafted him high. He gave us one season that we expected from him. The other 4 seasons he was here, he was not good. And really, the way folks don't broke down his good season, hell, that wasn't even a good season because of the sack that he got. Like you say, he got half his sack from some mediocre trash with the Rams, and another half of his sacks from another game. And like you say, the dude was just mediocre. His production was mediocre at best. His attitude, his talent was trash and his garbage. His peers, the coaches, everybody's pretty much called the man out for what type of player he was. And this is a top 10 player. And pretty much nobody had any belief in this guy. The coaches pretty much told us what he was. His peers, except for that one top 100 season that Slim keep hopping on. Other than that, any other season he made the NFL top 100, any other season his peers were like, yeah, big top 100, come on in. No, they were usually saying get on out. Okay.
Did you get the stats? That's what I want to Slim to hear because I'm pretty sure
the next season he didn't make it.
But to answer your question, Ty, one good
he didn't make it no more.
Yeah, he didn't make it at all after. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. He didn't make the list at all after that.
Bro, I know he did. He didn't make it before. I bet he didn't make it before, did he?
I mean, it was the second year in the league.
He always thought his peers said it. What did his peers say after year 1? What did his peers say after year 3? What did his peers say after year 4 and 5, Slim? In the talk what his peers said.
So then let me ask you this then, Red. So you came up with all these criteria for why he was a bust. So then
no, I just came up with one question.
Why is it so hard for the Falcons to get a defensive end to put up 8 sacks?
So we have bad management. Like that. Having a bad GM or bad management has nothing to do with Vic Beasley talent. It just means that we have trouble selecting defensive end talent. That has nothing to do with Vic Beasley. That just means we have struggled to select a good defensive end in the draft. You understand that context, right?
I hear what you're saying, but once again,
I mean, you hear it, but do you understand that?
No,
it's two separate things.
Only reason why I'm using the word here is because.
Oh, you're using here for some other definition outside of here.
No, because I don't understand you. I don't understand you because I don't understand you is because the way y'all judge him on the way
So
y'all
here's what has
judge him.
happened.
It's
We
foolish.
have general managers, right? We have scouts that evaluate talent, and they go and pick the talent, right? The fact that they have failed to pick decent talent in subsequent years has absolutely nothing to do with Vic Beasley.
But so what I'm getting at is
that the fact
You
that they
said
can't
no.
pick
Your
another
whole
defensive
argument was Vic Beasley numbers. First, you said it was garbage time. Then you said it's because of who he was playing against.
Now you got to talk about something
no,
that has nothing to
is
do
that what
with
you said?
what we were
Yes
just
or no?
talking
Is
about.
that what you said? Yes or no? Was that what you said? Yes or no?
How is that the topic?
That you got to let me finish. You have to let me finish. So
all right, let me
use those two criteria.
We're gonna let him talk about completely nothing for the next 10 minutes.
No, you use those two criteria, but then
Toddy, don't bring up his PFF rankings. Do not, because everything I just said about Vic, I might want to take back.
Bring him up.
It ain't good.
Give us context. Come on, bring it. Bring the
No,
number.
he's a good. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I want to know what they are because I didn't look at them.
I don't want Slim to cry,
bring
man.
it on,
Come on,
Mark.
stop.
Bring it on, man.
Hey,
Well, I said somebody do it
2019
because they're almost identical.
2019.
I don't want Slim to cry, man.
2019, he finished with a 58.9. 2018, 42. 2017, 58. And his best year was that 2016 year. Of course, it's loading slow. His best year, he was rated at 77.
Yeah, we want to talk about them numbers.
They
don't know what they're talking about.
He good, yo.
That's good.
It doesn't matter, fella. It doesn't matter because we have our defensive end expert right here in the center, right here. He knows better than everybody else.
It's just that I don't grade these folks on.
You don't grade them at all because you don't know what you're talking about.
Against. Who he played against? At all. No one cares.
You don't know what you're
no
talking
one
about.
cares. Like you come up with stats that no one cares about. Who he played against?
Come up with a
no
stat.
one cares about that.
I didn't come up
no
with
one
a stat.
cares about that. You said, he played against this guy in garbage time. No one cares about that. He got a sack. He walked off the field with a sack.
All I did was point out the obvious. So
no one cares. No one cares about that.
Okay. I mean, PFF does look at those little things.
Fellas, I got the numbers. If y'all still interested, I got the numbers.
Yes, bring the numbers, please.
All right. So this is Vic Beasley. First of all, Vic Beasley had 88 games to Tat McKinley's 64 right now. Okay.
Only
game started. You know what I'm saying? Game started. Vic has 60, Tack 27. Vic has 37 and a half sacks. Tack only has 20. 122 total solo tackles, 63 for Tack. Assisted, 38 for Vic, 35 for Tack. Tackles for loss, 37 for Vic, 25 for Tack. Quarterback hits, 46 for Vic, 53 for Tack.
Damn.
1 interception for Vic, none for Tack. Pass deflected, 12 for Vic, 2 for Tack. No fumbles. Fumble recoveries, 2 for Vic, 1 for Tack. Then what this is? Forced fumble.
I thought he was a
forced
fumble recovery king.
Forced fumbles, 12 for Vic, only 3 for Tack.
Those are not similar. But once again, like I said, he was.
I don't know
low average and all that other stuff. Come on, man.
Because
he was okay. He was just a good quarterback. He was just a good defensive end.
Atlanta is what I'm talking about. I don't know what he's looking.
The biggest issue with Tack McKinley was Tack McKinley stayed hurt because he was doing too much and he usually stayed blowing out his legs. Tack McKinley stayed hurt. That's the thing. He wasn't.
No, it was his shoulders, wasn't it? It was his arm, wasn't it?
It was his shoulder.
Yeah, but he stayed off the field. That's just the
his
reality.
That ain't true though. That ain't true though.
So Tat McKinley didn't stay hurt.
Bro, this ain't the first time he said something that wasn't true, bro.
So wait, so now Tat McKinley
a lot
was
more than
healthier
Trump.
Keely,
now
can I ask
you
you
see
a
how
quick
y'all
question?
constantly move the goalpost.
Are you a
boxer?
Y'all constantly move the goalpost just to fit a narrative.
Are you a boxer?
No,
Keely can box, y'all. I don't care what he say.
No, Keely, here's the thing about Keely. Keely is the type of dude that'll steal your wallet and help you find it. Keely, I'm telling y'all got to be careful with that dude. He'll steal your wallet and help you find it. He'll move the goalpost quick on you. Like Tat McKinley stayed hurt. How was that even a debate?
He did a lot of talking.
Nah, there's no debate there.
Did a lot of yapping, but not production on the field.
Yeah, that's facts.
So William, let me ask you this, because you've been here for a minute. We ain't heard from you. Help us end this debate. Vic Beasley, bust or not?
Man, I'm gonna say Vic Beasley, he ain't no bust, man. I just feel like Dan Quinn would just keep hiring different coaching staff, because the coaching staff we had was what's that dude named Cox? I forgot his name, the defensive line coach.
Brian Cox.
He was a good defensive line, and Dan Quinn, his ego, he kept switching the staff from Marquell and those. I don't feel like he was a bust, man. I just feel like the coaching staff ain't put him in the right position. So they go with coaching staff, man. I can't just say they.
I agree 100%.
He saw that common sense from Larry from the Dixon way. He's like, yo, Tack was better if he got to play the same amount of time as Vic, which is the same smart observation as everyone else kind of saw.
Oh yeah.
Wow, Vic literally barely outpaced Tack, who didn't play nearly as much.
Yeah.
And that's my point.
That's literally the observation, but the defensive genius over here saw something different though. That's what's hilarious. Everybody else saw that.
No, what y'all are saying now, now y'all moving the goalpost. That's what you're doing. Once again, you're moving the goalpost.
Where did I move it from?
You're basically saying now, well, if he didn't get hurt, he would probably do better than Vic.
From?
Come on, man.
You just be talking. Where did I move it
from?
All
the
I
reality
did was state that
was he on the
what
field?
Larry said.
Was he on? It don't matter what he said, but was he on the field? No,
you looking for any angle you can get, bro.
No, that's what you doing. Oh,
okay.
That's what you doing.
No, that's what you doing.
Let's move the goalpost. Let's move the goalpost. Vic wasn't on the field. Vic wasn't on the field. That's just the reality. Vic wasn't on the field. So
he was on the field with the point where he
played more than availability.
He played more than Tack.
Listen at what you're saying, Slim. He wasn't on the field, yet his numbers are almost close to Tack. I mean, to Vic Beasley.
They're not almost close. They're not almost close.
All right.
Close. They're very similar.
No, well, if that's similar to y'all, then whew. I told y'all I'm trying to sell this bridge in New York. I can give y'all a good deal. I can give y'all boys a good deal. Cause y'all boys just making us stuff now. Y'all just reaching in the air now. Just say, look, I don't like Vic. Just say I don't like Vic. So no matter what you say, he ain't gonna be good. That's all you gotta say.
No, it's not that. Vic Beasley, I feel like Vic Beasley, he just after that 2019, he just ain't had the passion no more. And like I said, he had no good coaching staff around him.
Yeah, no, that's true. Snap counts. Snap counts. Vic Beasley 3,346. Tat McKinley 1,980.
Dang, that's almost double.
Right, God dang.
I told y'all Tat was pretty good the first 2 years, man. Tat was all right.
But Tiny,
hold on. Hey, don't do that again. He gonna tell you you're moving some goalposts for no reason.
That's not moving.
I'm just giving y'all the stats, man. I ain't
on the numbers. But once again, you can try to use the numbers to narrate any argument you want. But once again, they're not similar or close. Vic Beasley was way better than Tat McKinley. That's just the reality. Those are just facts. He wasn't no bust. Vic Beasley wasn't no bust.
He wasn't no bust. He wasn't no bust.
Hold on, Slim. Let me just say this. Let me say this, Slim. All right, hold on. Let me pull it up. Okay. In Pac's first year, listen to this, my guy. Pac's first year, 2017. He didn't start a single game that year, yet he got 6 sacks. Okay. Vic Beasley. Vic Beasley started all 16 games and got 4 sacks. Okay. 2016, we ain't gonna talk about because we know he was the man in sacks. Since sacks is a big issue for you. In 2017, Beasley started 8 games. He started 8 games, had 5 sacks. Tack started in his second year. He started 8 games, had 7 sacks. 2019, Tack he started 13 games, had 3.5 sacks. In Big Beasley's third year, he started 8 games, had 5 sacks. This is what I mean by they are similar. 2018, Tack McKinley he started 9 games, had 5 sacks.
Same thing as Vic.
Vic Beasley, Tack started 4 games, had 1 sack, and then he was gone out of ATL. That's what I mean by similar. So that, I don't know what else you need. I really don't know what else you need.
I mean, it sounds like they were both
That's
busts.
true. I give you that, Henderson. All I'm saying is this: he wasn't a bust. Vic Beasley was not a bust. He was not a bust. Like that's being extremely disingenuous to consider that man a bust. When the Falcons, when we talking about the Falcons, haven't had no one put up Vic Beasley numbers.
This man is out of control.
But hold on. But this is why I asked you the question before I even went to the numbers, because I already knew what the numbers were. That's why I asked you, was Tack McKinley a bust? You said he was. So if Vic Beasley has the same numbers, and again, I'm one person that doesn't think Vic Beasley is a bust, but I do think he was a mediocre player. So if he has the same numbers as Tack outside of 1 year, how is Tack a bust, but Vic Beasley is a good player? That's
because
what I want.
This is the reason why. Because one, they didn't have the same numbers. You said they didn't have the same numbers. Vic had more numbers. Vic, regardless if it was 1 more, Tack never led him in sacks. But what except the rookie year, if we're going off of that, except the rookie year. But what I'm getting at is Tack McKinley stayed hurt, so he wasn't on the field. That's what really makes you This is me.
That makes it worse.
No, it does not.
How?
No, it does not. Because here's the thing: it's more to a defensive end than just getting a sack. We talking about quarterback hits. We talking about pressure on the quarterback. We talking about a lot of other stuff. So if you're on the field, you are contributing to the team overall. Just because you don't get a sack, that doesn't mean you're not contributing. Tack McKinley wasn't contributing because he wasn't on the field. This is what I mean when I say he was a bust, but Vic Beasley wasn't. Just because he didn't get a sack, but look at how many quarterback hits he got. Look at how many availability is the most important ability in any sport. So if you're not there to be on the field, it doesn't matter if you was an elite player whenever you was on the field. But if you're constantly getting hurt, which takes away from the team, then yes, you are considered will be considered a bust.
So let's go with the second one. All right, you said quarterback hits. This is Vic Beasley, year 1.
Well, this was your argument, Tyler. This was your argument, Tyler.
Right. You're not leaving Slim hanging out.
I can handle it because
Slim holding his own.
I can handle it because I already know their argument. Their argument is it don't matter what no matter what you say, I'm just gonna move the goalposts anyway. Like I said, he didn't steal your wallet and help you find it.
So that doesn't equate because I already said he's not a bust. My problem that I'm trying to get you to understand is he wasn't good. That's what I'm saying. So Big Beasley year 1 had 5 QB hits. Year 16, I mean his second year he had 16. Third year he had 5. Fourth year he had 8. Last year he had 12. All right, TAC QB hits. Okay, first year, not even starting, he had 10. Second year, he had 15. Third year, he had 13. Last year, he had 7. So again, even though he didn't play, he still was doing better than Vic Beasley. And he didn't even play nowhere near as many games and still had better numbers. The only difference is Vic Beasley had 1 year of 15.5 sacks. So that alone, in my opinion, makes him not a bust because he led the entire NFL. But he by no means was good, my brother. He was a mediocre player. That's all I want you to understand.
But my question is this. Here's my question.
Why do you still have a question?
Why is it y'all are acting like just to say a player is good, that means that the world is about to end. Like, why can't y'all just say the dude he contribute to the team? He didn't come into the team and
can we collectively agree that Vic Beasley was good? That way we can get Slim to stop. Can we just all come to agreement? We'll all agree that Vic was good. That way Slim will stop. Can we get everybody on the panel to just say he was good?
Keely just wants you to see. Keely, when Keely starts saying that stuff about Matt Ryan, when Keely starts saying that stuff about Matt Ryan, I already knew Keely.
Matt Ryan, man. Mark, come on, Mark.
I'm talking about the last time Keely was on when he was saying something about Matt Ryan and the Ring of Honor and
you blanked out this time.
Be quiet, Red. Red is Flavor Flav over here. He's Keely hype man. Why do y'all got me between these two guys, man? Like, come on, man. Like, why don't you? Red need to wear the big clock so Keely know what the hell his time is. Like, come on, man. The reason why I say when Keely be talking, Keely is always if you not this super elite player, you garbage. Like Keely arguments, it's just 0 to 100. Like it's not reality. He don't live in reality. He lived on Madden. He lived on Madden.
I'm gonna tell you why this is dumb. Because y'all argument the whole time was that he was a Hall of Famer. So that is not a discussion about being average. That is a discussion about being elite. That is the only argument I've had about that Madden. Guy. And you live on Pluto because you are crazy.
Who a Hall of Famer, B?
No, he talking about. I'm talking about his when he was making that argument about Madden.
Because he don't move the goal.
Argument, but here's the here's the asinine part about this argument is that the whole Matt argument is whether or not he's a Hall of Famer.
Because he is.
So the argument, whether y'all agree or disagree, here's the flaw in Slim's logic, right? He says that, but everybody has to be elite. Yes, you have to be to make it into the Hall of Fame. That's the whole point of the argument. Like, what are we talking about?
Matt Ryan's easy. What I'm talking about is when I said
how does that fit your argument? That's why it's a dumb argument, my guy.
The way you grade players,
that's why it doesn't make
0 or 100.
They have to be great to make it into the Hall of Fame. So if the discussion is whether or not somebody's in the Hall of Fame, then yes, they have to be elite. How's that not clicking in your head, my guy?
All right, y'all. On that note, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up for this week, man.
Do you see the flaw in your argument? Do you see it?
No, I just see
can I explain it better for you? Let me help you again.
I see you live in Madden
the
franchise
argument
mode.
Has to be,
that's what he live in.
You said I make the argument that they have to be elite. Yes, if the discussion is whether or not somebody is worthy of the Hall of Fame, then yes, the conversation is whether or not they're elite.
I'm glad it's not.
Let me answer this, Keely. If you work for the NFL, if you work for EA
do you
Sports,
understand that?
Keely, if you work for EA Sports,
yes,
what
I
overall?
This.
If you work for EA Sports, what overall will you give Vic Beasley?
That's a good question.
I really want to know.
What's a good question?
That's a great way to end it. That's a great way to end it.
That's a great way to end it.
We'll go around the panel, everybody. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do that. Coach, hold on. Let's start with Coach.
But Slim, do you understand the flaw in your logic? Right?
It ain't no flaw. You have a unrealistic curve. You grade.
So give me the players outside of Matt that I've discussed. Mac and Vic Beasley. Go.
Those the only two I need to know that you talk crazy.
You don't have no.
That's the only two I need. I'm not gonna go. The man trying to end the show.
Let's go around the panel. All right, Coach. If you work for EA Sports, what overall grade would you give Big Beast? We're gonna go around the panel. We're gonna end it.
What year though, or just overall?
Overall.
C plus.
No.
C plus. It's a number.
I give a number.
It's a number.
Oh, what number?
Yeah,
rating?
1 to 100. No. Yeah, rating for Vic overall.
I mean, we talking Madden, I guess. I would say like 72. Yeah,
that's
like
good. That means a good player. Next. That means a good player. Thank you.
What?
Blake
70 means an okay player.
Go ahead, Mark.
70 means an okay player.
All right, he said 72. Go ahead, Mark.
But damn near deep, bro. What are you talking about?
Right, that's almost an F. That's almost an F. But
I don't want to understand his logic tonight. I swear. All of a sudden now,
that was fun.
No, you funny.
But now overall, I mean, he had to have at least 90 speed. So I think I would probably put his overall up to about like a 74 overall.
74.
So,
Red?
65.
Red. See, I told you, red is foolish. Red is foolish, man. Y'all got to
go.
Hold on, check the ratings in the comments too, because they're coming in at 65 and 62 in the comments.
What's your grade, Red?
I'm 65.
My bad, Slim.
If I had to give him a overall, it'll probably be
99.
77. It'll probably be 77.
Yeah, right. Stop with the bullshit. You know you want to give him a nice stuff.
Go
That's
ahead.
mediocre. That's still mediocre, bro.
I'll give him a 68.
68. That ain't terrible. A1.
Shit, I was gonna say 68 myself. I had that coming in the door, and I feel like the speed is gonna be his best attribute.
Yeah,
he gonna have that speed.
68. Okay. All right, dig it. All right, y'all. This was a great episode, man. Y'all had me dying laughing over here.
I'm glad it wasn't me and Keely for once, or me and John.
You know why I'm in the middle? Because I take that win. You know what I mean? I take the win. I take all the bullets. I'm like Scarface.
Before the preseason start, we're gonna do that Matt Ryan Hall of Fame debate. We just couldn't get to it.
That boy took the biggest L we've ever seen in Waffle House history today.
Well,
I know. Larry, he asked about this. In the UFL, Vic Beasley had 16 tackles, 5.5 sacks, which was tied for 6th in the league.
Wow.
Hey, Toddy, let me get this in. Slim, you talking about you standing up there like Scarface. Let's be real, y'all. You got shot up like RoboCop. I'm talking about RoboCop before he got turned into RoboCop.
Hey, Slim got his own now. You got to give him props. Also, shout out to John Harris with the eye test, man. Thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate it, man. We about to wrap it up, John. You missed.
Slim, go read the comments afterwards.
Yeah, you missed this one.
Hey,
thank you, John. Appreciate the super chat. Hey, before we get out of here, Coach, let everybody know where they can find you at on your social media, bro.
All right, man. On Facebook is Andre Davis, and then coming up this season, finally get my show off the ground, which is the Coach's Corner. If you want to know anything defense, even though I don't play in the NFL, I've had 20 plus years, so I think I can speak on defense without having to be a player in the NFL. Since that was a comment made. But you want to come find me, come with Coach's Corner where I talk all things Falcons defense every Sunday.
We patiently
wait for your show to start, man.
Yes, sir. Slim, go ahead and plug your social media. Anything you got going on, bro?
Too, man. Vic Beasley overall in Madden was 82, if y'all wanted to know. But what I was going to say, Shoot, man, I'm just an old dude just watching Falcons, man. That's all it is. Just I try to be more realistic. I don't try to be like my man. Oh no, not Red. This dude over here, you know what I'm saying? I don't just
Yeah,
exaggerate.
can't
You know
even
what I mean?
point the right way.
But
Just
you know
that
what I mean?
smart ass.
Hey, can we get a peace treaty, man? Can we get a
Oh
peace
my
treaty before we
God!
get out of here?
I'm
He
just
been
trying to
talking,
keep
he
it
been
real,
talking
man.
shit all day, and I ain't even said but 5 words, Tidy. He been clowning me all morning. Everybody
Oh
been picking up
man.
on it.
Can we get a
Oh
peace
man.
treaty, man? Can we get a peace treaty? All right, and
Yeah,
also
Oh no,
man.
me
Y'all
and
cool
Slim, we
people. Y'all
cool,
y'all
man. We
cool
like
people,
messing
man.
with
Y'all
each other.
cool people. I give y'all that.
that's what's up. Also, Keela, let them know where they can find you at social media or anything you want to plug, bro.
You can find me in the world of common sense. You can find me on planet Earth. Um, you can find me in the realm of I know football. Um, you can find me in the world of
Oh shit.
dang, he's actually smart. But you can find me on the eye test. um, check out my boy Winston and John on Wednesday night, but
10 p.m.
10 p.m. But more importantly, you will always find me on planet Earth, rooted in common sense.
Rooted
Thank
in
you.
comments.
Yeah,
Y'all make sure check out
if
the eye
you ain't
test
first,
every
you're
Wednesday.
last for killing.
Peace treaty, peace
God.
treaty, peace treaty. Red, let them know where they can find you on your. Make sure to plug your
Good
show, man.
one, man. Good one, Slim.
Oh yeah, I tell you, real talk. Me and Slim are cool. We just love taking shots at each other. It's a normal
Yeah,
thing.
y'all
If we
cool,
weren't
man.
taking shots at each other, y'all would be worried. You probably be worried. But 7 miles and about 7 miles, y'all see me Red and Real Sports Show 11 a.m. Big Beasley won't be a topic. We'll be talking more national news. Thank God, get Big Beasley rich, man. But on my page, when I'm not on my show, y'all catch me on my Facebook page. Y'all know how it is on there. And Wednesdays I'm with the eye test. Fridays I'm with the Waffle House. I just love talking sports with my Falcons peeps and sports with everybody. So Red out.
Red out. Mark, make sure
Yeah.
let everybody know where they can find you at social media and plug anything you got going on, bro.
Hey, y'all can find me at Mark Cheney, man. Had a dope conversation with B Hen from the Club 520 podcast today. So, man, y'all go check that one out. That was super dope. Have him pull up, man. So
I'm gonna take that Steve
Hold on,
White
what's
interview
what's
before I
that
get
on?
out.
it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. So you know Club 520, Jeff Teague and all that. Man,
Oh,
I had
520.
yeah. I had B Hen come on, man. So hey,
Cool.
that's a must watch. A must watch, man.
Mother, check it
Make
out.
sure to check it out, man. Make sure to drop your link in the
Yeah.
comments, man. All right,
Oh,
A1,
sure.
my brother, take us
What's
home.
good, man? Hey, man. Please, man, come on over to YouTube to the show that's cool and fly to A1 Forever Sports. We be generational because it's always time to be, and we don't settle for less because you can always have more with the vision. I encourage everybody to find their peace today. Positive energy always creates elevation, and that's how you find your peace. And I thought I was coming to, some Falcon talk, but I actually got a boxing match. So it was just great,
Man.
seeing that tonight, being able to, get multiple sports, on one platform. So shout out to a tight end, Atlanta Bird gang, the Waffle House, man. And just shout out to everybody who was on the panel tonight, man. Each and every last one of you guys, man. Wish you guys nothing but the best and success. And Red has a show at 11 o'clock in the morning. Please check out Red. But I will also like if you guys, stop on by A1 Forever Sports, as we have Bob Rathburn coming on at 11 a.m. He's going to talk NBA Summer League. He's going to talk Risha Shade. We're going to talk about a few things, So make sure you guys, stop by. Be probably me, Bob, since Smitty, I believe he's going to jump on with me as well. So, y'all get a chance, man. Come on by and check it out.
I'll be checking it out soon as my show in, A1.
Hey.
And I want to thank the entire panel for coming through, man, showing love and rapping with us late on Friday night, man. I definitely thank you, fellas, you gentlemen, for that. Greatly appreciate it every week. So thank everybody that came up on the panel today. William, thank you, Mark, for coming up. Thank you, Keely, for coming up, a.k.a. El Jefe. Thank you, A1, for coming up, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Red, for coming up. And I also thank the one-man gang himself, Slim Dollar, for checking in as well. And y'all make sure everybody that's watching this check everybody out on YouTube. Make sure to check out their page, showing some love. And until next Friday, God willing, we'll see y'all then. And we're gonna do that Matt Ryan Hall of Fame debate before the season
Man, I'll be there.
You know what? We're gonna try to do that next week. We'll try
And
to do
I'm gonna
that
wear
next
my
week.
Matt jersey.
I'm gonna wear my Matt jersey too, because I'm gonna get on the Matt Ryan side. I'm gonna get on the Matt Ryan side. So what? Hey, y'all, we'll try to do that next Friday.
I'm gonna burn it live on the show too.
We'll try to do that next Friday if we can. But real talk, fellas, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all be blessed. Y'all enjoy your weekend. Be safe. We out. Peace.
All right, y'all.